It's the GOAT. Cut, you killing them.
I'm a wild Indian, you know I go crazy. Man, it feel good to be Aboriginal. 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 Man, it feel good to be Aboriginal.
Texans ain't the same no more, don't give a fuck about they name no more.
Man, it feel good to be Aboriginal. 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 I'm from the hood, I'm still waking up my people.
That's right.
When it comes to fashion, the whole world wanna be like us. How you gonna refute that? How? Man, it feel good to be Aboriginal. 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 When it comes to music, the whole world wanna be like us.
Peace, peace, peace. Peace and paradise to all American Aborigines. Supreme Chief Holiday is tapped in. Let's go. I want to say shout out to all American Aborigines. Hey, man, it's early Sunday morning, man. It's Easter Sunday morning, man. I want to say shout out to everybody, man, that's participating in this, man. You know, we're gonna get into a few things. It's open smoke, open Sunday smoke. Hold on a second.
What up?
Cut.
Peace to Suzanne Thompson. Can you make sure y'all can
I see you've been getting your workout on.
Hey,
Cut with the work, with the six pack, with the cuts.
hey, I was over there trolling A1's ass. I was King Joffrey Jolon.
Too
That's
funny,
King
too
Joffrey
funny, too
Jolon.
funny. Yeah, man, we got this Easter smoke, man. Man, you know, last night was interesting, man. You know, over on it was an interesting show, man. You know, again, shout out to A1, shout out to BAP, shout out to everybody, man, that come through, man, and put in this work, man, and these arguments and
Shout
you
out
know
to
the
Truth.
angles y'all take. Truth went in, man, letting everybody know how he was feeling about, you know, the state of affairs and stuff, man. And it's just all true, man. Like we gotta start being held accountable, and niggas need to grow up, man. Like seriously, like we gotta stop playing. At some point, we gotta stop playing. And that's kind of where I'm at with it, y'all. Like, are we serious right now? Seriously. So we gotta grow up, man. And you know, people don't want to be held accountable. Niggas want to shine. They don't want to go with what come with that. Cut. You know what I mean? They don't want to go with what come with the shine, man. So Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Just getting a little early morning. Easter Sunday morning.
That's
Smoke,
right,
man. I love
Easter
everybody.
smoke.
Yeah.
Easter smoke.
Easter smoke.
I'm over here on my way to go get this barbecue stuff so I can get my turkey leg smoke on. Oh shit.
Yeah, shout out to Bat, man. He's supposed to be going in about 12:45. So.
All right, Chief, I might lose signal. I'll be right back.
It's all good. We're gonna get a little music break up in here.
Yeah.
Shh. You good.
Break to the trap, guys, I'm protected. This is GPs. Break to the trap, guys, I'm protected. While I feed speed. My homie threw me my first package, and he said, make what you can. Turned to 28 to 56, came back and hit his hand. You always pay the plug, that showed you love, that shit make you a man. Put on the plug, you niggas dumb, you still in front, let me understand. Knock off the 4-way, had a text on, went right back and cop the A. Got it going like it's a race, Jello, you run some dosey cake. Hotline blinking, had them thinking I've been out here moving weight. You start flexing and finessing, pussy boys supposed to hate. Blicky on me when we meet up, ain't no lacking, concentrate. Can't throw me off thinking we cool, I know how goofy niggas play. I'm closest to you, try to do you, try to knock you out the way. Send them the Gotti, think it's safe, send them the Gotti, relocate. I used to break down 28 just to keep my money straight. My real trappers, they relate. Tell the nut, smoke out the shake. How much you got, I'm on the way. Don't take too long, no, I won't wait. I coach them up, draw up the plays. I'm getting paid and getting laid. I went from G's to P's. Yeah. Bitch, I went from G's to P's. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pray to the trap guys, I'm protected. With the G's to P's. Pray to the trap guys, I'm protected. While I feed the streets. I'm on the road, was at 1P.
CT Finesse. Shout out to CT Finesse. Wink, what up, though? Next up, St. Louis, man. Y'all tap in, man. It's G's to P's. I know, let's get this felonies up in here, man. Shout out to my OG, Original Purple Panthers presents my OG
Freestyle.
Felonies coming soon. Let's get it.
Yo, I inhale a weed. Yeah, and what they telling me? What they telling me? What they telling me? Yeah, what that fella need? What that heifer need? Can't get caught with these. What are those felonies? Trying to keep the hood straight with they felonies. When I made it back safe, I just fell on knees. Thank the Lord for the hustle that just fell on me. In these streets, I'm trying my hardest not to felony. Keep a popper and some paper for my bell on me. If I have to pop, I pray my blick don't fell on me. Ain't gon' tell me when they coming, they gon' bell on me. Every time them hoes get caught, they gon' tell on me. There's a lot of people out here wishing hell on me. Niggas ratting law enforcement got they trail on me. Cause they know that I got something that's for sale on me. Nothing heavy, private stock, and some mellow weed. Yeah, mellow weed. Car, mellow weed. Make you say ooh la la when you inhale a weed. You can tell I keep that Zod cause the smell on me. Probably why these pretty bitches wanna smell on me. I don't sweat up seed, I just let her be. I might call her something that start with the letter B. I just let her see, you'll never be. Just be all that you can be, never me. I can sell a key, I can sell a pea. Make her think it's lemonade, I can sell a pea. Got a big old ass shaking like it's Jello seed. Every time they see me with her, I smell jealousy. Built like Meg Thee Stallion, but she got some better knees. Got her gossiping and looking for some better tea. Find you something else to talk about instead of me. I'm just trying to find a plug with some better fees. I'm just trying to hit a plug with some cheddar cheese. Catch me whipping up another, I got recipes. I be whipping up that butter like a yellow tea. Catch me cooking like my mother in a yellow tea. I got stripes like a zebra in a referee. I gave everybody a slice and say the rest for me. I got 40 dead homies, may they rest in peace. I'm still praying for their families, may they rest in peace. I can't give you everything, this is just a piece. There's a big storm brewing, this is just a peak. 10,000 new followers, it's been just a week. She be fucking everything, she's just a freak. I ain't had to say a thing, open sesame. Something strange for some change, get that neck to me. I ain't had to pay a thing, got the neck for free. Pussy fat, fuzzy, man, like a nectarine. When she giving up that neck, I'ma name her Nectarine. In my phone, under neck, get that nectarine. I proposed to the neck, made that neck a queen. I got married to the neck, gave that neck a ring. If the neck disrespect, get that neck a ring. Where you at? Bring that check and that neck to me. Where's destiny? That's my destiny. If I had an eye on my knee, bet my legacy. Legacy, get it, legacy. If I had an eye on my knee, bet my legacy. Legacy, yep, legacy. Ask them what my real name, they say Lester C. Yep, Lester C. Yep, Lester C. Yep. I done seen more than most Nas, Lester C.
Hey man, shout out to everybody, man. Tapped in, man. It's the GOAT. Cut is traveling right now. Let's see if we get the shout out to y'all, big homie, the one and only CEO. It's in the building, you guys. Links in the chat room, man. It's open Smoke Sunday. Hey, you guys, I don't know if you guys know, but General Sarah Pseudo said is what I call him, you know, is doing a private lecture today. Basically, he's comparing the Mississippi River, you guys, to the Nile River, right? Now, we've had this discussion plenty of times, right? If there was a river that somebody wanted to play, I mean, there was a river, not play. There was a river that you had an opportunity to own the commerce, right? Just the all you own the river and everything that comes up and down that said river, right? Sweet wine. Shout out to Sweet Wine. Peace, Empress. Everything that comes down that river, right? Because it's your river, you're taxing it. So whatever it's 10%, 5%, 2%, 1%, whatever the tax is, this is your river. You own one of these rivers. You would rather, and this is just a question to you guys. Would you rather own the Mississippi River, the mighty great Mississippi River, or the Nile River. Now, I know that you guys are thinking, you're like, well, what comes up and down the Nile River? Well, we understand gross domestic products, right? GDP, we understand what that is, right? We understand that America has the most raw domestic, gross domestic products. It's not up for debate. So, and it's interesting that when these guys talk about new coltan and all this other stuff, we're not having that conversation. It wasn't cell phones, shit, 50 years ago, you know what I'm saying? So stop talking like that as if those are there. So I want to say peace, Empress. How are you? How are you this great Easter morning?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
That's
Thank you for tapping in as well. Hey, sis, where are you tuning in from tonight?
LA.
LA. Shout out to LA. So what's on your mind, sis? The links in the chat room. Are you enjoying your Easter Sunday? Cooking dinner?
Yeah. All night. And then I just woke up right now and I seen you on, and I dipped my toes in the water last week, so it's my second time joining.
That's what's up.
I wasn't expecting you to call me out like that.
Well, you're the only person on the panel right now, so welcome and thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I appreciate you coming on, sis. It's your second time putting your toe in the water.
Yes, sir.
So LA, huh? So let me guess. Your people, your great grandparents, your grandparents moved to LA from Louisiana.
Well, my mom's side, yes, they did, sir.
See, now I know that, sis. How do I know that?
I don't know. It's a common thing.
It's a common thing, absolutely. So
I
even when I
people
live out there,
pushed out of certain places.
Well, I don't even think it's just necessarily pushed out either, though, sis. Like, it was just opportunities. We were sold a bill of goods that there wasn't no opportunities in Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Georgia, and that we had to go to the Army. We had to go to, go to Detroit, LA, Chicago to help build up their shit, right? Instead of staying on our land and in our communities, we help gut our own communities. That's what we're talking about.
Heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, but you're right.
Yeah, it is. And this is all over this country. So yeah, absolutely. But we built Los Angeles. We built Detroit. We built everything. You know what I'm saying? So that has to be addressed. And, this whole notion that we're not, we're lazy and we don't want to do anything. We don't want to do anything for other people. But we got to start taking pride in ourselves and building something for ourselves, for our community. You know what I mean? So it's about leaving a legacy.
You're right.
Shout out to Mama Chief. She said, if you're not leaving a legacy, you're leaving a fucking debt. Now, I put the fucking in there, but you're going to leave the fucking debt for your people. So if you're not trying to leave something for the next generations, then you're leaving a debt for them to have to clean up or have to take care of. When we're not doing that, we're leaving legacies around here. So this is a legacy station, a legacy channel, and you guys are all legacy makers. So I want to shout you out because you definitely came in the right places. We got certified Sashay in the building. Peace to the God, man. What's up, bro? Well, thank you, though.
Never let them folks trick you out your family legacy.
That's right. That's right. Get yourself some land. You better get yourself some land. Now, I ain't talking about no crypto, stuff like that or whatever. I ain't knocking nobody that's investing in stocks and bonds and crypto. But if your ass don't have no motherfucking land in your portfolio, shame on you. Get yourself some land, man. Okay? So land is legacy. You can pass that down. Okay? Legacy.
Chief.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's an issue with our people. not necessarily our age range. Well, I'm not sure how old you are, but 35 to 45. It's not necessarily us, but our parents got so messed up that they don't believe
Mm,
in that. Like, they so selfish. It's unbelievable.
mm,
And that's the issue that we really have. That's why a lot of us don't have grandma house no more. Because I grew up in the 80s every Sunday throughout the week going to grandma and auntie house. And it kills me when I hear on the news or anywhere people with these talking points talking about how niggas don't value family. Like, where did that come from?
mm.
Because I didn't grow up
So,
like that.
College.
Yes, sir. And the military, too.
It come from the idea that staying at home and working the family business wasn't good enough.
Oh, my
mm,
God. All my grandparents had businesses.
mm,
That's what I don't understand about my parents and other people. Like, all my grandparents had businesses or were nurses and had noble professions. Like, where did it come from that we was ignorant and didn't have nothing?
You notice all of our people was taught to run to college, get you a degree, and do something different than what the family doing. But if you look at these Arabs and all them, they all their cousins working the stove. The Indians and all
mm.
that, their
Right.
whole
But they
family
act
working
like
the
we
stove.
wasn't doing that. But we was doing that. We was doing that. And I know that my dad, oh my
And
God,
then,
he ran
and
away
then,
from
and then,
that.
I got to get into the Pan Africans too. Them educated niggas come around us from college talking about, no, you can do this. Go to college and do this. Fuck your family business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Ain't
Like,
nothing
why
more
are you going
important
to
than your family. So for the sisters out there, yo, hey, I understand. Just like us, y'all been sold a bill of goods that, being a mother is not a noble, it's not an honorable thing. But there's nothing, I'm gonna say this again, sisters, there's nothing more honorable, nothing more noble, and nothing more I mean, it's the God thing to do is be a mother. And you know what I'm saying?
I
And
wish I
take care of your
was.
family. Period. So when somebody says, they're home, they want to be a housewife, I don't think that should be
Look
looked
down
down on.
upon.
Yeah, that should be
No.
honorable. Like, because first off, that job should start out at least 100,000 a year. Period. My bad. I'm sorry. And I'm talking about somebody that's actually, doing the work, not somebody that's, y'all know the difference. Smoke,
Yes,
what up,
sir.
though, bro?
Salute,
But you said,
salute.
hey, Smoke, peace, brother. I want you to
Man,
address something because I don't want to get off the subject that the sister said. She said that, let's just say the baby boom generation are selfish. What say you towards that, brother?
I mean, yeah, I can see where she get that sentiment from.
Mm. I know we got some baby boomers in here, so we're going to definitely hear from them. Shout out to the
Hold
baby
on
boomers.
real
This is
quick,
not
y'all.
blaming anything, but we're talking about socialization. There was a socialization that happened our parents' generations, which would be the baby boomers. Something happened to where they didn't want to have 10 children like their parents did.
Or leave anything for their children.
I mean, it was, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do
They
you
got
think
left
it
stuff.
is?
They got left a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch.
Let's talk about it.
When we got the wrong type of people controlling the narratives, so you got to realize, in my mama and them generation, the boomer generation y'all talking about, they was getting shamed for having that many kids and all that. Where that narrative come from?
That's partially true, but part of it was the and I'm no disrespect to the women, but it was for the broken homes, and then that was also something that was put on. Like, it's not like it was a natural thing to have a broken home, because none of my aunties grew. Every person that I know that's older than me Like I grew up on a block where everybody had their parents, and it was taboo in like the late 80s and 90s to have a 2-parent home all of a sudden.
That's a fact. You just took the words out of my mouth. Says everybody I know in our age group, parents are damn near divorced. It's rare.
Yeah,
You see, your parents still together? Wow. How long they been together? 40 years? Wow. You know what I'm saying? That's a rare thing for our parents' generation. Not only did they go away from family, but we a lot of us come from broken homes, so to speak. You know, when they talk about, broken homes come from the nefarious things, that's a small percentage of us that got into the nefarious things and put us in that positions, street life and stuff like that. That's not, if that was a majority of us, even a high percentage of us, come on, bro, it would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I want to shout out, and I don't know if shout out to Trick and New Era Detroit, man, saw that happen a couple of weeks ago. To, like I said, I don't report on these type of things, but we have to raise awareness, stay vigilant, and stay fucking dangerous. Okay, there's an 80-year-old woman that was assaulted at her house where her husband was in the house, but her husband is handicapped, so he can fucking help her. Okay. So Trick and him had put a reward out, for the apprehension of this person. So I want to know if anybody in Detroit know that this person has been caught. If not, we need to be
he's been caught.
This person is at. Yeah, he's been caught?
Yes, he's been caught. No doubt. Update. He has been caught with his punk motherfucking ass on East. Well, of course he didn't. He got caught the other day. But yes, he's caught.
Hey, good day.
Hey, how y'all doing on the panel? Shout to y'all, man. Happy New Year!
Yay, Happy New Year, for real.
That's right. That's what the resurrection is about, y'all. What'd you say, brother? He was low.
I said I need to find out what jail he is so I can put some money on somebody's books to kick his motherfucking ass.
I don't think you know how to do that.
He up in Detroit.
It's over. It's OV. You know what I mean? It's over. Shout out to Trick.
I'm about to be smoking these turkey legs. I'm about to get on my laptop outside.
Yeah, and I got a controversial subject matter I want to talk about today too, you guys. Since we're talking family, and everything, y'all know how we do, man. It's open smoke, man. We're gonna bring the smoke today.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, so don't be mad at me. I'm just a messenger. You know what I'm saying? So I want to shout you guys out for that. Y'all know they say a broke clock is right twice a day, right? And I heard Cabo Kamane say in a clip that, basically, that the Europeans are not our enemy, that the enemy was within. Basically, he was saying the hate that we have for ourselves, hate we have for each other is the true enemy that we should be fighting. I just want to salute him for that, because that is absolute facts. We got to stop that part. If that is the revolutionary side of what we're doing, just become peaceful amongst each other and build with each other and stop complaining about what everybody else is doing and what we're not doing. It shouldn't be nobody in no communities being harmed in America. Like, it should be rare. We should be all like, oh my God, that happened. You know what I mean? Like, it's a rare thing because the organizations, right, that they call gangs should go back to what they were created for, to protect the community. Security forces. This is what's needed. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all get the point? And that's what New Era Detroit and what they're doing, securing the community. Well, people now say, you know what? Because they have some security up there, we might want to invest in bringing some stores there and bringing some certain things. Same thing with New Orleans, same thing in Atlanta, same thing in certain sides of our town. People don't want to invest in because of the crime. We need to clean up, gentlemen. So your city being the murder capital of the world is nothing to brag the fuck about, niggas. Whether it's St. Louis, whether it's Newark, nah. We're gonna who's ever at the top of that list should be, we should be having different conversations. There's nothing to be bragging about. Y'all get them young men in order in y'all fucking cities ASAP. Okay? ASAP. Start creating things and building stuff. Stop talking. Stop being on the fucking internet and not doing anything for your community. That's what we doing right now. That's what we doing. So shout out to New Era Detroit, man, and shout out to Trick and man for applying pressure. See, the next person that is like, I ain't gonna go be robbing old people, robbing anybody. I'm not gonna be assaulting anybody, because if I do, something is going to happen. And if not to them, to somebody close to them. Do y'all not understand what the fuck I'm saying?
I do.
What the fuck are we doing? There's a war. We act like, it's not happening. Like, things are not happening to people or whatever. Like, and then we see people that are traitors that are openly doing stuff or whatever. And we don't, they're not canceled. We can at least cancel motherfuckers, right? Like, we can't cancel Vlad. This nigga is still getting people killed. Like, literally the next day. Okay. I mean, what more we need? Now, that'd have been one of us getting somebody killed. They'd be trying to cancel they channels, all this other stuff. Why this conversation don't happen for Vlad TV? I told y'all, man, anybody that goes on Vlad from this point on, it better be some old videos. You're canceled. We're canceling motherfuckers. That's what we're doing. The Pan Boo Boos are canceled. Y'all have 48 hours to get out of the Pan Boo Boo community. If not, you're fucking agents. We're going to keep telling y'all this. And every time we see you, I'm banging. Every time I see you niggas, especially pushing off this disinformation to our people, I think you guys should be addressed. That's the least we should do online. And Smoke, certified. I can't speak for the sister, but we know we wouldn't allow none of this kind of stuff in our communities. These type of niggas holding up progression of the people in the community. We wouldn't allow none of this. So this only happens on the internet, you guys. It's just not going to happen in real time, real life. So we got to not only stop everybody from hurting our people, everybody from extracting wealth out the fucking community. It's too much to keep talking about it. We know what powernomics is. We know what the fuck it is. We understand economic warfare, economic embargoes. We understand redline. It's all that. We understand all that. Okay, when are we going to get into some power? Stop working for these people. Stop building for these people. Stop spending your fucking money with people who don't value you. What more would need to be said, sisters, brothers? Shit.
I think it's hard because a lot of people don't value the same things that, people really don't value family anymore. So if we don't have family, I mean, that's the basis of a nation. The base. The mother, the father, and the child. I got reverb.
Mic check, mic check. You good right now?
Okay. Nope.
There's more value in a family business than working on somebody else's job.
I mean, we got to start seeing it as a business, though. Yes, it's just come right back. I don't know. It might have been me. I had to change my mic. Yeah, bro, that's a fact. Like, of course, and knowing how to make it work for your family. You know what I'm saying? Writing off your children. Things like that. Writing off things that, this is a business. It's a family business. Definitely move in that direction. So when we talk about 13 families, when y'all gonna be the 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 families? Why we always worried about what the fuck the DuPont system is doing? You niggas is weak, man. Our people are way greater than these people. That's if they wouldn't have came here from Poland. The fuck, yo, bro, like, man, like niggas be coming here telling us, huh?
They came here and broke up our family businesses.
Yeah, and call it slavery. And they keep doing that. And that's another reason why it's a no-fly zone for me. Why don't nobody want to make that debate? Have that debate certified. They talk all this hot shit, right? Niggas are slaves And that's been on the table over 10 years, 11 years now. What's up? What they gonna do?
They don't want to talk about
I've
the
been
trust
saying this
bust. They don't want to talk about the
15
trust
years.
bust. They don't want to talk about
Yeah.
the trust bust.
Well, they're gonna have to talk about it. They're gonna have to talk about it.
It's a person named the trust buster. That's specifically what he did. Broke up our family businesses. So it's a president. They want to keep us asleep, bro. They don't never want to have that debate there, Chief.
Yeah, I don't understand. And it's interesting to me too, you guys, that these people do not want to have the COINTELPRO conversation. I think that's really interesting, you guys. Like, wouldn't that be something that they should be like, hey, yeah, you know, this has been something that's been hurting our people. They'll tell you that, right? Hey, does it still exist? Yes. Okay. Well, it says right here that these people are the people who fund Black studies, African studies, pan-Boo-Booism, Black Lives Matter, all these other things. So, you know, we talk about George Soros. When my son was asked on the interview with Lord Jamar, shout out to Lord Jamar, when he asked him about George Soros, he said he was a good man. Listen, his mama don't say he's a good man. You know, there's no person alive but my son says this nigga's a good man. This is the only person in history of the world that says that George Soros was a good man, yeah.
And y'all all know the rules. You cannot bite the hand that feeds you.
So my son, I don't know if you knew that Black Lives Matter, an open society, was funded by the CIA. I don't think he knew that, brother. I'm not going to put that on him. I ain't going to say he knew that. But a lot of these other dudes that know who they were funded through the Carnegies or through the Ford Foundation or stuff like that or whatever, you guys need to answer. Y'all got to be held accountable. And the new pan-boo-boos, y'all have to be held accountable because y'all are still on those principles. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
If that man said George Soros is a good man, he knew.
He haven't done any research.
But you should research the people who you're doing business with and working for. There should be no way that a person like my son, it's like, okay, I'm about to, you know, go start building something or working for somebody. I don't do the research on company, on the business, who owns it. Who do that?
He ain't got to research him though. Chief just said it himself. He the only person that said something good about him. So any other time you hear his name, it's bad talk. That should make you wonder about your business partner.
And shoot, not even just from us. You know what I mean? We're not the only ones that are saying that. It's a bunch of people.
I mean, parliaments all over the country, all over the world, people from his country, from his homeland, where he come from. He was telling on other air quote Jews, you know what I'm saying, to getting them deported and stuff like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and getting their stuff taken. This was his job was as a young man. So you telling me that he don't know that? He didn't know that. And my son didn't know that, right?
There's videos of him circulating around saying, yeah, he told on his own people, and they asked him, did you feel some kind of way about it? He was like, no. I never feel no kind of way about telling on my own people, knowing that they was being murdered. But he a good guy? Question mark. That's sad.
At some point, we just got to start calling a spade, man.
I don't know when that stopped happening because I knew my granddaddy on both, on my mama's side, and he was like, Shorty was a cutthroat, man. He'll really cut you for being incorrect. I don't know how from 19. I was born in 1980. I don't know how from 1980 to now, and not even it's not even this long of a time span from 1980 to 1990. How they just destroyed our families. Like we just didn't. It was. I think it was because most, and I'm not gonna say all y'all, but a lot of men have an issue with somebody telling them something that they don't want to. They don't want to do. And I think it's a immaturity type thing. They can't take correction, and then the government lets you not take correction. So until you get up into their prison system, and then you have no choice. You don't want to take your daddy and your granddaddy telling you no and knocking you upside your head to correct you, and now you got somebody that ain't no kin, no blood to you, knocking you. Then you don't want to admit that. So this is where the deterioration comes from. I believe it's very simple. I think.
Right. Yo, I mean, man, this is crazy, yo. It's really crazy.
Let's not leave out during them 10-year period, because I was born in 82, that divorce was encouraged.
Yes, sir.
And they hit us with, and that was really in the real crack epidemic, in the middle of it, right in that part.
That's the key right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. And this stuff, like Chief said,
But wasn't that CIA too, though?
yes, it was a. People act like, okay,
Exactly.
so when people say
they was hitting us from 4 or 5 angles.
Yes,
at least
when people say that there was really no outs, like it was just us. No, we were really like, oh my God, we had war for real. Like there are so many different facets of war. Like I just mentioned to my dad the other day, and finally I got a puzzled look on his face because I told him it's not just physical bombs and guns. There's education, tricking you. You don't have to be a big strong. Look at Dr. Fauci. You don't have to be a big strong nigga to defeat somebody. You can be a little weasel ass somebody that come out in the darkness of the night and pull a string or cut a thread and go high back up under your rock. Or plant a seed of thought in somebody's mind to just go. That's what happened with Samson and Delilah. Like you can take down the strongest man with just a little seed of thought that's incorrect and take down a nation.
Because he can get on CNN and all them different places and tell you worldwide with all them people standing behind and backing him.
You're right.
Presentation,
but we don't think like that. Good. This reminds me of when I was in high school and I could not for the life of me understand, because I grew up and you know that Mean Girls came out shortly after I graduated high school. And I was like, damn, that's what it is. Because I couldn't understand why girls would start rumors or guys or people that would just go and have a huddle. You don't have and think about how to destroy somebody. You don't have nothing else better to do than to think about how to bring somebody else down. And that's what it is.
So you can look at politics right now.
It's bullshit.
And see how it is. Like you got one side, Trump. He talk shit, he might cuss, let's say anything, but he gonna tell you the truth. But, you know, it might be harsh how he delivered the message. So people don't like Trump. But you got the Democrats who gonna talk nice to you and give you all type of fuckery while talking nice to
you. You, stabbing you, killing you.
They gonna keep talking nice to you, though. See, it's about presentation. Presentation means something.
Yeah, but that's not everything. And that's the problem.
I'm saying that's what got the world tricked right now. This nice guy shit. See, they believe that the nice guy is the good guy, when the nice guy most likely is the bad guy.
Look at California and Mr. Newsom. He come out real nice and presentable and greasy and just ugh. But he real nice and he talks sweet, but he is not good. So a lot of people like that. And then it's funny because I mean we've seen it in the movies, we've seen it in our own lives, we've seen it going to church. The prime example is the pastor. Coming up every Sunday, talking good, being nice, talking about all this good stuff that make you feel good. But while he talking to your grandma, he rubbing her on her ass
But
and
grandma do
fucking
got a
your
fat ass though.
auntie.
Hold
I
on, hold
bet
on,
she
hold
did.
on, hold on. I'm just kidding, y'all. Just kidding. So we got Raven Hawk in here and Big Dog Phil OG. Peace to the guys, man. But I gotta say though, you know, I don't even want to make this about banging on pastors and church and
No,
all this other
I'm
stuff.
not, but
But
I was just an
it
example.
is
I'm
Easter
sorry.
Sunday, and a lot of our people are this. If this would be the second biggest day, maybe probably the biggest day, because you know I've never heard of nobody getting a Christmas suit. You know what I mean? But you get an
Yeah.
Easter suit. We had Easter suits as kids, y'all. So we're not gonna act like y'all didn't do the Easter egg hunting and all that. The kids are doing that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're doing at the church. But these things are rituals. These things are certain things that were taken and then changed. But
And
here's my point.
manipulated.
Here's my point.
Hey,
The CIA's, no question, use the pastors as spies. Is this up for debate?
No.
that's facts.
It's not up for debate,
That's
right?
facts.
No, that's a fact.
This is a whole fact, right? And not to say all of them, but if they're in a system that system is, so then you're a part of that system, whether you're a Baptist system, whatever. These systems were the absolute main weapon and institutions that they use to take shit over, and that they're using to maintain a power. Are we not? Is that
I
a
agree.
problem for them?
They in a double thing because either they in some type of society, and then they got to be in the preacher thing, which connect back to the Pope. They got to be in the preacher society thing.
Well, I mean,
That ain't
just
got
think
nothing to do
about.
with the secret society. I'm talking about just the preacher society, just being a preacher. Period.
We got BAP in the building.
I forgot what it's called. It's the preacher society. The peers, they report back to the bishop and all that shit. You got to be in one of them to be a preacher. They report that lead all the way back to the Pope, and then they don't got nothing to do with what secret society they might be in.
Well, they own people that they flock don't even know. I remember the first time I seen a black pastor, I thought everything was separate for a long time. I thought the black pastors and all that, I thought all that stuff was supposed to be separate. But the first time I seen a black pastor, which was T.D. Jakes, go on and kiss the Pope ring, I was like, what? I thought he was separate. I thought that was, even though I grew up Catholic, but I thought that stuff was separate because I had so many problems with black, like apostolic Baptists being mean to me because I was brought up Catholic. I thought it was separate. But then when I saw the black preachers as an adult kissing his ring, I was like, what's going on? Because I had my own family members being mean to me in a certain respect or talking down on my faith when growing up Catholic, I never had a priest or anybody in my church or none talk bad about any other faith. But when I would go to my cousins' churches, they was always shitting on Catholics. And I was like, damn. And then to see the black pastors kissing the Pope ring, I was confused.
They
I
all
was
in the
really
pastor
confused.
society together. It's called a pastor society. That's what it's called. They all in the pastor society together.
What you think they kiss on the rabbis?
That was even more. That don't make no sense.
Kiss their whole ass.
I mean, and they really have literal cases against them. Like, I was confused. Like in the riots, in the riots after Rodney King, my church opened up our church to the Muslim mosque because it got burnt down in LA. And I remember a lot of black people at that time that was like pro-Muslim and Muslim, because it's a difference. They was talking so much shit about the Catholics, but I know that my Catholic church opened up their doors when they couldn't worship in their mosque for them to worship at our church. And I thought that was weird. Like, that was probably the beginning of my awakening. I was like, wait a minute. This don't make no sense.
They got
So
to
all
let
of
their
them is
Abrahamic
connected,
faith
and then I
brothers
learned
come worship now. They got to let their Abrahamic faith brothers come worship.
that's what I learned through listening for the past 15 or so years, that everything, all of that stuff is connected, and it's nothing to do about anything except for controlling the masses. That's it.
The greatest of all time.
Alabama.
Hey, OG.
Now, I have to co-sign on that good young sister, not just because you're the only female presence
Thank you
for
for
the
calling
morning.
me young. Thank you.
But here's the thing. You're absolutely correct. You understand what divide and conquer is.
Yes, sir.
I was raised Catholic as you were, but I was placed there at the age of 5. That would be considered child abuse, I would hope. Anyway, you know, the thing of it is this. I had called to respond to Smoke hating me to say that the boomer generation dropped the ball. And Chief, the two words are legacy versus self-hate. So however you want to chop that up. But I'm going to say it this way. Again, repeating, one of the greatest Negro ministers whose father changed his name to Martin Luther at the age of 5 because Martin Luther was a protester. But please, clearly, sister, hear me. He did not protest the ritualism of Catholicism. He protests the hierarchy, the powers that be. But he was a Catholic bishop.
Oh, yeah.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
Paul did not protest against the Pharisees, the Pharisees and the Sadducees. You know what the difference between the two were? The Pharisees were the lawyers. The Sadducees were the politicians. He was born in the legal profession in Rome. I'm talking about Paul, whose name was Saul. Okay, was supposedly blinded on the road to Damascus and saw the meaning of the light. That nigga never walked a day with Jesus. Jesus. Okay.
Ain't none of that.
Okay. Well, it was 100 years after he was dead. How the hell was he going to walk with Jesus? But who is writing the authority of the bulk of the New Testament? The reason why I'm saying this is because this is a lie today of Easter Sunday. All right. So I don't say this to discourage or to disparage. But there's a lie. There's a lie afoot. So now, have I said that, I want to focus on the word legacy.
Yes, sir.
You only bring life here. I don't give a goddamn about this transhumanism shit and creating wombs and turning men into women. You do know that is going on, right?
Yeah, been happening.
There actually has been males who have had an artificial womb planted in their body.
Yes, sir.
There are lesbian women who are getting in vitro fertilization, correct? They are actually splicing their own genetic material into their own egg. Have you heard of any of these things? I'm only pointing these things out because you're the life giver. At least at this point, you know.
Woman.
All these other Negroes on this panel, not one of us can bring ourselves here. Okay? So then what is Easter supposed to be about as a ritual with an egg as a symbolism and a rabbit? And I'm not saying you're doing this, my good sister. I'm saying what mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, big mamas are doing with children, lying to them about eggs come from rabbits in the middle of a fertility ritual under the pagan goddess Eostere, Ostara, Easter, Ishtar. You aware of those things?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just sharing that to say in the word legacy.
So, what is the legacy we continue to perpetuate?
Some bullshit.
Now, if it is a lie, let us transition to the versus self-hate. The two words I would like people to consider today. Why would you hate yourself?
Because you was taught to.
So you've been lied on.
Mm-hmm.
You've been lied about. How many name changes have we had?
Too many.
10 or 11.
Let's put American aside for a second. Start with Indian. The Indian was made a nigger. Now, if you believe in slaveocracy and American capitalism, the actual origin of it was to turn our ancestors into property. That is a nigger, made in America, first product. Then you became a Negro, colored, mulatto, black. And we'll put African American aside for a second, because the shit that's being transitioned in your face today, because this is your generation, born in the 80s, you're in your 40s.
Yeah.
Foundational Black American, American descendant of slaves, BIPOC, Black indigenous people of color, freed men and women. Now, I'm sure that you've heard these things, my good young sister.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's that tagged on specifically? Not black motherfuckers, and I mean from the Caribbean, from the continent, from the subcontinent, the so-called Hindu red dot mofos, etc. Who's blacker than black than blue black than coal black? But they are not black. You follow me? You follow me, sister?
Yes, I do, sir.
So who is specifically, uniquely identified with multiple name changes, calling you out of your name? To call one out of their name is slanderous.
Yes, sir.
To write it down and document it is libelous. Now, do you say, and I'm not trying to convert you or anyone else who's listening to me, I'm asking through an observation. Is this evidence of compounding a situation to cause self-hate?
Yes, and this is not the first go-round. This has been happening for hundreds of years.
So then what is the legacy of the nigger in America?
Being tricked.
And hating oneself.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'm only sharing this with you because I will never be a mother, grandmother, or great-grandmother.
I might not either.
But we are now 3 to 5 generations deep with Ghetto Fabulous, Section 8, WIC, Women, Infants, and Children, SNAP, food stamp, public housing, and what type of culture? There's a so-called strong, independent woman, single female head of household. Is that a lie?
Well, no.
Question I'm asking first is that no. I'm not saying whether or not I described is true or false. I'm saying the notions of the things that I described. Would you say that is a lie?
No, it's not a lie. But
okay, let me tell you about why it is a lie from my perspective.
Okay.
Any person who is a product of two people, a man and a woman, coming up in a household without either of those persons are living a lie.
Oh, well.
Not understanding what a family structure should be, with what you said yourself, because I listened to you clearly.
It's supposed to be a mother, father, and children.
So then that would be a lie if it's not that, right?
Yes.
So that's my point.
Missed an unfortunate event.
See, now you starting to do like white folk in the media does. You see how they change the names of things, how they modify certain things. But feel what I'm saying. I'm not saying this to be offensive. I'm saying it is either a lie or it's the truth.
No,
and that's the problem. What we're dealing with in the society today, we're continuing to foster lies.
I agree with you, sir. That the basis, because I said the basis for a nation is a family, mother, father, and children. But there were tragic events and wars and the thing about it is, just because you have to have a man and a woman to make a child.
That's facts for today until we see this transhumanism agenda be implemented. But I got you.
That's not a real child. That's some fabricated something else. Because I grew up in the era of test tube babies. Like, I know what that is. Like, there was a thing going on.
Now, like, that's a dangerous thing to say. Are they still people? Are they still human beings? Are they still products of us?
Say yes, sir. I don't know. I really don't think so. But if you just look, think about this real quick. Let me give you a little thing. I'm 42. I never was a little girl that was like, oh, I dreaming about a wedding dress and wanting to get married and all this stuff. But I did fall in love with a man, and I was like, dang, I would go through whatever it is a woman got to go through to have his fucking children, and I would want to be with him and raise his kids with him, not by myself. I never was like, oh, I just want to have a baby and get the check, or like I grew up watching Maury Povich and all that crazy shit. I was like, oh hell no, that's stupid. But today, there's no structure. There's no man, woman, child. There's no family. You understand what I'm saying? So
And that's
I'm
the
not on
agenda
the tip
of
that
the.
you was trying to say that. No, I'm not on
Oh
that
no,
tip.
I'm in agreement with you, sister. That's
Yeah,
the agenda of the society and the demonic nature of
it's
these
bad.
foreigners. But
It's
what you
bad.
just described was supposedly should be logical and intelligent.
It's natural.
And it should be supported because it's self-sustaining. You feel me?
Yes.
What would lesbianism and homosexuality ever sustain?
It won't. You will be
That's
no
death.
people. It will be no people.
Oh, okay. So this should be a simple and logical thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not when we're in the midst of the noise of foreigners. You follow me?
Yes.
Until we are left to our own designs, unmolested, we cannot clear up this shit. This is not an excuse that I'm describing. I'm saying no matter, and I agree with you, Chief, we can't take back our communities until they're our communities. Do you feel what I'm asking, sister?
Well, that's why they flooding us with outsiders. That's why they been doing that. Like, this is
So,
not new.
so then the logical response would be to repel foreign presence, right?
I mean,
Grand Rising, everybody. Grand Rising. Much love and respect, Chief.
Grand
Big
Rising.
dog,
Respect everybody on the panel. I
big
just wanted to
dog, let
tap
me
in
Philly
and say
cheesesteak.
much love and respect to everyone. Grand Rising. Power to the motherfucking people. I'm
Grand
here, brother.
Rising.
Y'all finish. Much respect to everybody. I just wanted to tap in.
So I'm asking you, as a mother, as a potential mother, as an actual mother, whether you
For like
have
30
child or not.
minutes. 30
No,
minutes.
hold me up. Hold on clearly now. See, it's not whether you actually physically gave birth to another person.
Yeah.
You are the vessel for such. And until more women get responsible in that legacy, you feel me? Because I, as a man, can never achieve that thing.
Yeah.
And I can't bring myself here.
No.
So we got to stop getting this shit twisted. You feel me?
Yes.
So that's why I'm stressing. Now, I don't want to, take over the conversation, Chief, but I thought I'd bring it to this point of seriousness. Legacy versus self-hate. I'll land my plane on that for the moment, but I just wanted to speak over you and bless you as a feminine presence. And
Thank
y'all got to
you.
get it together, because you got to pull some niggas up by the shirt collar like Big Mama used to do. And my grandmother used to send me out for my switch. If you remember that.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know if it made its way down to your generation.
Yes, it did.
So when you talk about knocking heads and correction, you feel me? So that will be getting into another discussion, but I want to stress again, however people also on the panel want to chop it up, what is legacy and where's the evidence of self-hate? And I yield.
I want to say something real quick. I think that one big issue that a lot of us American women have is this push for our men to go outside. And it's not new, but, and like we see it, like, that whole argument when an American man becomes successful, the first woman he chooses is not of his own kind. And there's this huge thing that's been going on the internet, especially YouTube, people listening to these so-called alpha men that have these channels talking about going to different countries and talking about how when they say American women are no good and you got to get you a subservient woman. I seem to remember, even in listening to y'all, well, not necessarily you guys, but Chief was there years ago, talking about the strength of our women and how we would fight alongside our men. Like these new bitches that not every, but a lot of our young American men want to be with is weak bitches. And because a lot of our women is not weak, they don't want to deal with that. They don't want to hear their mouth. And they don't want to listen to what they saying. So they go find a weak bitch from somewhere else. That's a real big push. I think that's part of the reason why a lot of our women too, are single with no children. Like that's a big thing with when I'm saying American, I mean with so-called black. Not all the majority of us are not on the county with a gang of kids.
Hey, sis, can I say something real quick?
Sure.
You know, a lot of our black women believe the church, believe the state over
That's
their
our
man.
grandmas.
You know what I mean? That's the problem I see. You know, a lot of our people believe the church and the state over their relationship.
That's kind of some old shit though.
Hey, that's today. Most of the women, I'm gonna say not all, but a lot of women left their man over that pinchy inchy stuff.
Yeah, that's some old shit though.
You see what I'm saying? But
And we're
that's
living in the
new.
remnants of that.
You know, that's what I'm saying. A lot of them believe in religion and their church and the state more than they believe in their man.
I
But it
understand
was
what
it
you're
was a
saying.
setup. You know what I mean?
And it was
So
a
much
play.
respect to everybody. That's all I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. It was a play, but that's kind of some old shit. Like that has been happening for a long time. And now, when you do have independent, like to be an independent American woman, like man, I got some stories for you for even my own dad. Like
And
when I
salute
was
to the
younger,
queen.
he had an issue with me being too damn independent because I was a hustler and I went to school. I am still very intelligent and I'm still a hustler, but I was really on my shit. And he's like, "You never gonna find a man because you doing this and you doing that." But I remember my grandmothers was doing this and doing that, and they had a man. Like, when did it stop? I thought we were supposed to be a team. Why you want a weak ass bitch? I don't understand that part.
Let me speak to that because that's my specialty right there.
Oh, you very low, bro.
You hear me better?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let me speak to that. That is my specialty, is analyzing that. I think the problem is it's a generational shift.
Yes,
The older
sir.
generation, which I would put with Alabama, that was the generation where they wanted the strong woman. But with a strong woman comes a lot of, for lack of better words, masculine tendencies. Because at the time, there was
That's
a
not
lot of fight going
necessarily
on.
true. Strong don't mean masculine. And I hate that correlation.
But it does, miss. It
It
does.
doesn't. It doesn't. Weak mean feminine? That's not true.
No, it's not that weak means feminine, but
So what
feminine
is
comes with
feminine?
a certain how I say social skills. Being strong is being powerful. And that power, that power doesn't translate in a relationship in this current era. And where I was gonna
Why?
go
That's
with
the
it,
problem, sir.
well, if you allow me to finish, then I would be able to explain.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
All right. So in the past, during like a lot of the civil rights movements and a lot of the things that was going on, the women had to be strong because it was open warfare. But now we in a new generation, a multicultural generation with all these different cultures and a 2023 mindset where everybody is just living amongst each other. They call it integration. The fight is different now. So the men no longer want a powerful or an independent woman. A man wants to just kick back and relax. They don't want the combativeness, especially when they see other cultures that they're living in with, and they seeing how the white man, how their women is submissive. They seeing the Asian women submissive. They seeing the Spanish women submissive, and they saying to themselves, "Why ain't my woman submissive? I want that peace of mind. I want to be able to just chill. I don't want to always be arguing and debating and competing with my woman. So that's the zeitgeist of what's going on right now is close proximity to other groups and seeing how they interact with their women and them saying to themselves, we don't want a woman that's in war mode. We want a woman that's in a relaxation mode.
Sir.
Real quick before y'all go off on a tangent with the male versus female energy, right? We don't want to get too invested in that, right? Especially since these talking points seems to be coming from that manosphere sector, right? A lot of this shit is manosphere sector. Look, point blank, right? Just to be totally transparent with y'all, there's no separation that exists between the genders. Because if it was so, we wouldn't be seeing all these baby niggas around here. So we can stop with all the cap like it's a war between the genders. Ain't no goddamn war. Ain't niggas ain't really having all these relationship problems like they putting on the news and like they putting on social media. Basically, I'm seeing a lot of niggas with a lot of women, and right. Basically, I'm just basing this on the reality that I can observe. But look, bro, we ain't gonna do that manosphere shit, bro. Just easy, man. It's not the smoke we were really asking for. But yeah, carry on.
I want to say something real quick. I think the baby boomers should finish the session. I like where it's going. I don't want it to peak down, and I think eventually we could get to the generational X and all that. And I don't want no smoke or nothing, but I'm not listening to somebody that's named Sigma. Like, come on, let's be serious. That was formed by a white racist supremacist. But let's continue on.
No, he cool though.
Hey, much respect to shout out for Grand Rising, brother. Much respect to everybody on the panel, man.
He'll cool young nigga though, so he's just trying to get his bearings, man. We just ain't with the, we guys and goddesses over here, bro. We didn't evolve, right? We didn't evolve past those gender wars, bro. We see what's really going on here. We know this like media prop, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, we know that the system set up to divide the family unit. That was a number one structure to divide our family unit. Nobody else's, ours.
Exactly.
Y'all got it.
And not only that, big dog, it's called projection. When other people are attempting to convince you of something, the first question should be why?
Why?
So Smoke is very insightful in how he puts the spin on it. And sister, I didn't get your name, so forgive me.
I'm Selena.
Hi, Selena. I do not like to call people out of their name, because that's exactly my point about these labels, these name change, this displacement, redlining, gentrification. It doesn't matter whether we think chattel slavery existed. It's like arguing over the Willie Lynch letter. Does it really matter if it was written, if the content and the message and the intent is the behavior of a people? And inside that letter, it said it would work for 5 centuries, if not in perpetuity. Should that be the bigger concern, Selena?
I mean, the concern for me is entwined with that, and it's the family. And if you cannot understand that you need 2 strong pillars to prop up something else, which is your child, if you're blessed, because I have not been blessed with them, because I believe that all the bullshit that's going on and what I was raised with when I got out into the world and tried to look for a mate, that shit was not around, like available to me. The type of man that I was raised to be with was supposed to be someone that I could stand with, not under. And I think that a lot of our men today have been conditioned to think that just like, they need to find a subservient woman. And it's not that you just automatically deserve that because you're a man. You have to really, truly be a man, okay, in every good sense of the word.
What you're saying, sister,
woman that will not just bow down to you because you're a man, but because she trusts that you will take care of and she can be your backbone.
And when
Why
you
you want a
use the
weak bitch
word,
to be your backbone? That mean you weak.
I'm not disagreeing at any of the notions you're saying. You use the word trust. Trust is earned.
Yes,
It is
sir.
not given. It is not extended. It can't be taken, but it can be destroyed.
Yes, and that's what happened.
So when we're and I hope we're still staying now in the part that I said about legacy. Okay. First and foremost, this is simple biology. If men and women are being altered and put through transhumanism, you cannot sustain the life of the planet that we sprung from as autochthonous beings.
Right.
Now, all other beings, I don't know who the hell they are. I don't care who they are. They're not me. But they are attaching themselves to us like leeches. What should that tell you? What does a parasite require? A host.
A host.
There is only one host. And why are all of these people, and I'm only saying, I'm banging on this only because whether you've heard me or not, Selena, identity crisis is a thing. Okay. That's the only one thing I bang on, try to bring up each conversation I have wherever I'm going, because that's the primary problem. Everything else is a symptom. Now, do you go and patch the symptom, or do you understand the actual condition if you want to treat something and make a person healthy and whole? Putting a Band-Aid on gangrene ain't going to keep you from having to be amputated. You feel me? The gangrene must be stopped, right? The cancer must be prevented. And cancerous cells feed on healthy cells. Cancer doesn't come out of nowhere. You feel me?
Yeah.
And this toxicity, which you were only explaining part of it, I don't agree with the supposed toxic masculinity bullshit. Again, these are all.
About that.
No, I didn't say you were. I said this is the agenda of the society at large, put in a label called feminism. The same feminism came from Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, if you didn't know, came from Margaret Sanger. And Margaret Sanger created the Negro Project. Do you know what the Negro Project was to do?
Kill you.
Exterminate Negroes. You know what I'm saying, sister? So, Selena,
yes,
this is some simple shit. Why do we keep making it complex?
That's why I don't understand. Why people keep trying to make it complicated? It's just destroying the family, and it's not just the family, it's ours. It's an issue. If you can
so
talk
then
about
I guess the suggestion is, just from you just said, how do we prioritize our family talking about other motherfuckers?
You can't.
Okay, you got it, sister. Run with it. Now I'm not dropping the ball, Smoke. I'm passing the baton, Negro. Let him stay up at the surface, Elmer Fudd. Let's throw up some goddamn Bugs Bunnies on Easter. Go for it, sister.
Yeah. We got to keep our family structure together no matter what.
At your ass, Alabama woman. At your ass. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Now, go ahead, sis. I was just tapping in.
Oh, no, I was just saying you have to. And that's all. In the beginning, when I brought up the fact about, somebody else brought about, niggas looking at outside subservient women. That's not something to look up to. You cannot have a strong family if you got a misguided man thinking he's strong because he got a weak bitch. And woman, because I don't want nobody calling me bitch. I don't like that shit. But I did grow up in LA, and if I don't know you and you're a female, that's you that bitch. My bad. You feel me? But you cannot. I don't understand these, even growing up and seeing all my friends because I grew up with a lot of male friends, and now I have no friends because they with a bunch of, not all of them, but a lot of them just got weak ass females because they thought that's what it was. If you can just run over the girl and just have her just cooking and cleaning for you, you're supposed to be a team. It's not all about cooking and cleaning for a female. Why, if you don't have nobody, there is a saying that behind every strong man is a strong woman. What happened to that? What happened to that? Now it's just, you just want, they looking at that guy, they got arrested in that other country for supposedly running women. I don't know his name right now. I don't really watch him, but he was very, very popular and rich and shit because he got 6 bitches walking behind him. Okay, is that what men are looking for, to have 6 bitches walking, 6 dummies walking behind him? That's just pretty and dumb. Like I'm saying, my grandparents, I was lucky enough to have both my grandparents was married. My parents was married. They were still married until my mother passed away last year. And even with my dad, like growing up, I could see it in him. Like the bullshit that the TV and movies, media, whatever, put in him on how the way things is supposed to be. But when your parents wasn't like that, like they was a team, what happened to that? To where I'm looking like I'm never gonna be with a man because shit. All right, not that I want to be with a woman, but like I'm never gonna find my mate because where they want this bullshit and I'm not that bullshit. I'm not willing to suppress myself to be with somebody. You shouldn't have to do that as a woman. That's fucked up. How you gonna have a strong family if the woman can't be who she is? She got to be subservient. What does that mean? Or submissive? Submissive to me, in my mind, I don't have a problem with it. And the man should also be submissive to his wife. But the negative connotation that most men have with the word submissive is a positive connotation when they want their woman to be submissive to them. That don't make no sense to me. That means that you trust this person. That's what being submissive means to me. I trust you. I will allow you when I'm not strong enough, or I trust you enough to know that you will make the right decision, or that I can come to you for counsel and you will come to me for counsel, and we can take this household. You know what I mean? Like the words and the definitions of the words have been changing, and I think that's what's been fucking people up. And then looking and seeing what glitter ain't really gold on the other side, and niggas and females is jumping over because there's a lot of strong black women as well. Like, no disrespect to Serena, but she did the same shit a lot of successful black men do. They don't and if it, oh my God, it's sad. The whole situation is sad. And I think everybody needs to be strong, and your partner, and I hate to bring up the Bible, but you need to be equally yoked. And when you weak, your partner is supposed to cover that. And when they weak, you supposed to cover that. And when y'all strong together, y'all supposed to excel. And that's what's been fucking up the family, because we don't have 2 strong people coming together and excelling. That shit is not existing anymore for us. And every person that's strong, we got outside people coming in snatching up our strong shit. It's really sad and it's horrible. And I'll be like, it make it bad for women like me who actually held out and didn't just be hoes when they was young. Now we old enough to where we can really have children and do certain things that you're supposed to do when you're grown, but shit, now you late. You left out. And now it's just this crabs in the barrel type feeding off of. Man, it's bad, and it's all by design, and it's bad, and it's so sad that people don't see it. They just don't see it. They don't see how we have been totally fucked. They don't even want you to be with a strong woman. They telling you she masculine. That's not masculine. Being a strong woman, what? That's stupid. We fight alongside our men, and now you don't even want your warrior women with you. You don't want to make a strong child with your own strong woman. You want to go outside and get a weak bitch? That's crazy. And it's sad.
Selena, much props to your expressing yourself. Is much needed, and a lot of times we'll have an all-out testosterone knockdown, drag out thug fest over here, which is it's purposeful, certain other things. But again, I will say it should be simple, but it still seems to not be understood clearly. Women, womb of man. That's how we all got here. All this other shit, like telling a person a rabbit lays eggs. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's stupid.
That he rose from the dead 3 days later. Simple math. Friday to Sunday ain't 3 days.
It's stupid.
He came out of the belly of the whale. You know, this is all because we have this Catholicism together for a moment here. Now, okay. All right. Who's the whale and what belly are we in as the beast?
Oh, man. Lies.
These are metaphorical things. People wants to take shit literal, which is stupid, and packaged and imagery and Hollyweird, but they don't want to understand metaphorical
or allegory.
Okay, so who's on our ass, Selena?
Everybody.
I'm say that one more time, sister.
Everybody.
So then we are at war. That's a simple thing, but it's not something we declared. Every motherfucking body else has.
You feel me? I just mentioned that to my father. Yes, sir. I just mentioned that to my father. I had to remind him that I said war is not all about bombs and guns. I told him it's not, and it's not even about controlling your food source or your water. It's about feminizing the men and making you not reproduce and destroying the family.
Okay, now Malcolm called it
first lines of war.
Malcolm called it tricknology. Selena, I call it trick-a-nigganology.
Hey.
Okay. So they all agree to come here. And this is the immigration with an I. We understand that is immigration with an I. Then these same false bastards who are not from here call this a land of immigrants. Is that not what we're being taught?
Yes.
Are we not being taught that?
I was just watching the show last night that I just found.
Okay,
and the man
why
said,
are they here?
Immigrants here. I was like, no, we not.
Yeah, okay. Stay, walk with me, sister. Okay. Now, I don't give a damn what the story is. Famine, war, tribal, conflict, they're being displaced, refugee status. I don't give a shit what the fill in the blank is. They're all setting up shop on your doorstep, knocking on your door, uninvited, at your cookout, your barbecue, your Easter egg hunt, since we're on this day here again. All right. And what does that cause you in your house? Cacophony, chaos, noise, terrorism. Can you think in peace?
Nope.
So what should I be doing in responsible position, protecting my wife, my daughters, my sisters, my mom, my grandmother, my aunts? What should I be doing? Getting motherfuckers out of your house. Huh? Should I?
Yes, sir.
Is this rocket science?
No. It's simple.
See, so if we're going to have a legacy, how are we going to have that with all this shit going on under our roof? And when do you spend time to collect your wits, take care of the children coming through you, and I keep the motherfuckers at bay? Huh?
Isn't that the law? The natural law?
I ain't saying I got any answers. I'm just making observations, sister. Since we have someone here from the feminine side of the aisle, I'm just asking, is that clarity and that simplicity? And how are we going to have some legacy if we got all these foreign motherfuckers assaulting, attacking, amalgamating, race mixing, fornicating, doing things that you know scripturally in the Old Testament should not be done. Should not be done, correct?
Yeah.
I'll land my plane on that, sister. You're on a roll. Go for it.
Am I? Oh my God.
You are. Go for it. You got the flow.
I mean, I don't even know what to say now, but I do agree. I mean, it's real simple. You can't have a nation without a family, and the family is the mother, father, and child, or children, and that's it. That's all. And if you can't maintain your family, even I think that my mother did her best to maintain family. Just she used to really sacrifice because she didn't want. She was one of the. She had 5 brothers and sisters, and she was the only one that was married out of her 4 sisters. 4 sisters. And died married. You know what I mean? So
shout out to DJ Cut. I see you, brother. Grand Rising.
And I seen her sacrifice, and I used to always tell her, "Mom, why you letting him talk to you like?" Because he would talk to her like she was one of us. And my mother was a go-getter. Like, if he allowed her, we would be so much better off. But because she thought that she had to be, in quotation, subservient to her, like just I'm not saying this is what it was supposed to be, but what society put out to what you're supposed to be as a wife, we would have been way better. My mom, whenever she would, and it's a toxic shit, and I'm not saying toxic masculinity, but the shit that was put out in TV and movies, and how when they was boob tube kids, like watching TV and what they thought a family should be, and even knowing, and like, it's so crazy to me. Like, I was raised basically by my grandparents for my first 10 years of my life because of, I was born in the 80s, so what was going on. But they stayed together even through that because my mom did not want, and I know she's seen it even with her mom. My grandmother was the first person, not first black woman, not first woman. And people could say whatever they want about the Red Cross, but she was the first person to raise $1 million for the Red Cross, being a so-called subservient housewife. She was a bookkeeper. She took care of other people's children for a living, Jewish people's children. She did all this. My grandfather, her husband, was a business owner his whole life. He invented things. And this is just my grandparent on my mama's side. On my daddy's side, my grandfather had business. My grandmother was a nurse. Like, I don't understand where this thing in the media comes from about how we didn't have structure or families. Like, it was all single parent. And my whole block was all strong families when I grew up in the 80s. Black, or what we call black. They was American. Now that I'm, educated more or whatever. Where did this come from? This shit came with Jesse fucking Jackson telling everybody they was African American. I swear to God, that's where the shit came from. Well, the 3rd or 4th wave of it came from.
Remember,
bullshit.
The groundwork was laid in the bicentennial year. Roots was broadcast worldwide and translated in at least a dozen languages simulcast. How is that? That's not planned?
Yes, it is.
Is that not programming? That's why they call it television programming. And how many times was Toby whipped out of Kunta Kinte? So now, I'm not saying I'm an African. I'm not saying you're an African. I'm saying
not. I'm
any African has agreed that they are whipped by Master Lauren Green from Bonanza. I know you ain't old enough to remember, but you may have seen
Bonanza.
it on TV
My daddy
Land.
loved that shit.
Okay. Now, Lauren Green ordered the white slave masting overseer to whoop Kunta till that nigga said, "I'm Toby." Now, what are we seeing from African?
That was called
okay. In 2023, how many Toby nigga Africans are we seeing on the continent in their own homeland?
Well, they got a whole different issue that they ain't got shit to do with us.
But they're projecting it on us.
Yes, and that's what it is. That's exactly what it is, projection. And what do you call it? It's casting, and it's spells, and it's bad magic.
So when you start with Roots,
what is that?
Roots Christmas, magic. Queenie. You remember Queenie? I don't know if you saw all of them.
I know Queenie too.
Oh, okay, all right. And when
I'd
they
rather kill
go
my
around,
babies than.
now I don't know if you know the original word is KWENE that meant prostitute. If you didn't know that, you
Well,
look up
yeah,
etymology sometimes.
I know it.
So the Queen of England is the head bitch prostitute for the Vatican because all monarchy are bestowed their crown and their throne through the Pope. Now I know you know this as a good Catholic girl.
Yeah,
Whether you've
sure. I grew
lapsed
up
or
in that
not,
shit.
you know that all monarchy are authorized by the Vicar of God on earth.
Sire.
You
know what that is?
What is a sire? Hip that for the slow ones on the short bus. What is siring, my good sisters? Since you are the
Impregnating
breeder.
the females. You got the right to impregnate the females. Impregnate them. Because you probably the only one that could, and that come from over there, not over here. They've been having issues making people naturally. So when somebody could, guess what? He was a king. Sire. He can go, you can't get your wife pregnant. We need people. Let the king come in and do it.
What about the heir and the spare?
The heir is the one that he did it with his wife.
You see that bullshit going on with Charles, William, and Harry?
Was in the house.
The concubines?
Yes, sir.
The side pieces?
Yeah, that's one issue. I'm gonna just say this real quick. I believe that the basis of a nation is a mother and a father and a child, not the mother and the mother and the mother and the mother and the father and all the fucking children. That breeds chaos. You cannot, I'm sorry if I'm disrespecting anybody and their beliefs, but you cannot have a clean house with multiple bitches up in that motherfucker. You gonna have chaos.
Tell me about the wisest man in the scripture and how he had 300 wives and 700 concubines. I'm just asking my sister, since you on that roll, 300 wives, 700 concubines. I'm sorry, go ahead. You got it. And go back with Queen of Sheba for a bit there. You got it.
What about Queen of Sheba? I'm sorry, what about her?
We're talking about mythological, metaphorical, allegorical, right?
Well, I mean,
of all the 300 wives, 700 concubines, what was the mythical tale of the Queen of Sheba mystifying King Solomon, the wise man, with riddles, fables, and all the gifts that she came?
She was intelligent.
You feel me?
She was smart. And she was able to come in there because he didn't have no rock, no strong woman beside him. And she just fucked his shit up. I mean, that's the basis of the basics. That's it, and that's what happened. She fucked his shit up. Because he didn't have no strong woman that he was devoted to and she was devoted to him. If you don't have a strong partner, what are you doing? You could be by yourself. You might as well be by yourself. Didn't have multiple females. You can't trust them. All you can do is oppress them and know with on your strength that you're oppressing them. So they're afraid, so they're not going to stand up against you until you get a smart one that come up in there and destroy your shit. And she not going to be on your side. Period.
Hello? One commenter, I'm not sure, I gather they were talking about The Handmaid's Tale. You've seen that series, that supposed sci-fi dystopian
I never watched
future society?
I never watched it.
Well, isn't that concubines and harems?
Well, I could say from the little, like, when you watching YouTube and they give you the little thing that they show, like over the years, I've seen, like at first it looked like she was being oppressed, like over the years, and then all of a sudden I seen her being strong, and then I gathered that she probably was like the smart one
Well, once you realize
that shit, but I never watched the
you
series.
birthing the child, you usually said about the sire thing. What was the sire notion came from? Siring what?
Children.
No,
Okay.
male children.
Well,
You feel
yeah.
me? You feel me? That's the ego, testosterone, patriarchy.
You want
Now,
another
since we
you. They wanted another them.
okay, somebody else in the chat brought up the Pope bringing the patriarchy and celibacy, pedophilia,
Yeah, but that's a lie, though.
homosexuality,
That's
etc.,
not for real.
I'm not saying whether it's real. I'm just pointing out the commentary
about
what projection of patriarchal system versus a well, I don't know whether it's going to be matriarchal or matrilineal, which is now getting lesbianism promoted.
Don't put that
like
on
Amazonian, but no, I'm pointing out metaphors and allegories.
Yes, sir.
I'm saying this is the agenda of the media and the demonic society that is continuing the oppression of the Aborigine.
What's the definition to me? The definition of demonic is destroying the family. Period.
Now, how are you going to get that from 2 men and 2 women?
You can't. You're just going to annihilate yourself. This is why a lot of them people back in the day in England or wherever the hell they was at, even if they did have somebody that was fruity tooty, sir, you know what you got to do? You got to lay with this. You're going to marry her, and you got to lay with her, and you need an heir. Regardless.
Do you remember the mythological tale of Caligula?
Yes, regardless of how gay your
Caesar
ass is, you're going to make another human being, and you better have a boy. That was their thing, like, because we need a king to carry on this bullshit.
Which is masculinity, patriarchy, etc.
It's really sad because it should be. It's the man you need.
So
both
when
man
we
and
stop
woman.
and think logically, is that, dare I say, is that a revolutionary statement?
Today.
To think logically, to make things simple, because everybody else over here is running to here. WHY.
I don't know, sir.
We are that. We are the magnet. Do you feel what I'm saying, Selena?
Yes, sir. I do. I know why, but you know.
But that's what we need to clearly understand if we're to focus and prioritize. We are the shit.
We are.
Not the nigga ain't shit. You feel what I'm saying, sister? Not the nigga ain't shit, because we ain't niggas. Don't give me that naga shit, nagas, whatever, with an AS, AZ, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Okay? From the seed is always, a tree by what?
It's fruit.
Okay, then. That seed was to make people into property. Will that ever be anything other than demonic or evil?
Well, it's demonic. It's
so
bad.
Calling yourself a nigga is sign up for a leash. Get your chain. I'm not talking about them gold necklaces and shit. Get your oppression on, because you are self-imposing it. That becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You feel me, Salim?
Yeah, I do, but I grew up.
And I'll leave with this point. I'll land my plane on this, because hip-hop, culturally, music, fashion is a multi-billion-dollar global industry that niggas don't own 1 penny. That's the nigga coin. You know that? It's the only brown one. You know that? What is 1 cent? The least denomination of monetary value. Now, you want the nigga coin, or you want to be whole and all of it? Own all of it. I'm going to say that one more time as I yield. Own all of it. You got it, my sister.
I understand what you're saying, but I also am I was very into chemistry, and I understand what copper is and how versatile and valuable it is. It's what you place value in, and they don't place value in what's valuable, and copper is extremely fucking valuable. Like, to this day, I don't understand why certain things are valuable and certain things aren't because I know what is I know science and chemistry, so copper is very valuable, and I think that was a very noble and smart thing. Whoever decided to make the penny, which the penny is the one, and when you have many is ones is strength. So I mean, I may be going off, but copper is
Happy New Year.
very valuable. Happy New Year, sir. Very, very, very valuable. Like so I don't totally agree with that part, but I understand what you're saying.
You're absolutely correct, my dear. I wanted you to say it yourself. It shows you misdirection. You
Yes,
see?
sir. That part.
And it also shows you the one nigger president that they said wasn't. Did you know they call Abraham Lincoln Abraham Africanus the first?
Yes, sir. I did hear that before, and I
Okay.
also
And
heard
then
them
all
saying
these
that
other precious metals reveal paleness. Don't silver, coin, nickel, all those are pale in comparison to the
okay.
copper, right? I'm not disagreeing with you. I just wanted
No,
to
no,
hear
no. I
you
was just
say
gonna
it
say,
from your
do
own
you
perspective.
remember? Do you remember that show that used to come on KCET called 321 Contact?
Is that
With the
like what
70s,
the
the
Schoolhouse
science
Rock, what
shit.
they would teach the
No, it
children?
wasn't. It wasn't Schoolhouse Rock. It was a very eclectic group of like 70s looking or early 80s. They had the little shorts on, and they was black, white, Spanish. I think the only thing they didn't have was Asian, but it was mostly black and a couple of white and some Spanish people. I don't know if they was Mexican or whatever, Puerto Rican. But they would go out on scientific and do experiments in the neighborhood, and they would show you how you could take a penny and make electricity and do things like there's some shit that they cut out like after like I think 1985. But it was something that was a show that I used to watch on KCET, and I think that also kind of messed up a lot of us is showing us on TV everybody working together when in your neighborhood you didn't have all them people. So you need to go out and look for these different people to build with. Like, it was a good show, but now that I look back on it, it was showing that you could not just build with your group of
You
people
see
in
the
your neighborhood.
projection there. You
Yes.
see the projection
No,
there.
I see the bullshit.
Yeah. So that anytime something that targets you is also undermining you,
It is. It's like
why
they
are
give you
you
the
not
carrot.
realizing it? In the
They give
moment you're not realizing it, here's why.
you got cooked.
You're indoctrinated.
Yeah.
You see, so when the messages are coming into you, it's in the construct that you've been fashioned from K through 12 until you get fully understanding and self-aware. You can't discern how it's
That's the word I
reinforcing.
was looking for. Discernment. Yes,
You
sir.
can't realize how it's reinforcing, as you said yourself, the bullshit.
Yes, sir.
But you're already conditioned to be receptive to bullshit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So then how do you stop the lie? I'm saying all this to go back to legacy versus self-hate. We can't build our legacy while we're still perpetuating self-hate. And I yield.
You're right. That's a true statement right there.
Well, in closing, I'd like to say, no, I'll just bullshit. Carry
I'm
on.
like, we about to end it?
No, I just want y'all to know, yeah, we still up here while y'all expressing and exchanging ideas. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the rest of these niggas up here meditating or they busy in the
They
background.
sleep. They cooking.
Mic check, where you niggas at?
Smoke, why don't you blow up the
Right
rabbit and this Easter shit? Since this today, you stay on the surface and I'm throwing Bugs Bunny up there, nigga. You must be missing, Elmer. You must
Hey,
be
man,
missing
hold
with the
up.
shotgun.
Hey, man, hold up, man. I better not catch none of you motherfuckers with no Cadbury eggs in y'all mouth.
Hey, I'm making my smoothie. You know what I'm doing over here. Smoothie time.
All right.
Grand rising, everybody. Power to
Grand
the
rising.
motherfucking people.
Nigga, you better go back to that backyard and feed them hungry ass dogs, nigga.
Hey, man,
They damn near attack you, nigga.
No, I'm about to come in. I'm gonna
Somebody
come
in the chat asked the question, what's the riddle behind the token Negro? Anyone want to take that like the Sphinx? What's the riddle behind the token Negro?
Is it a riddle though?
I'm just sharing a question that was posed in the chat.
Oh, it's not a riddle. It's just a ploy. It's just a plan. It's just a
So what is the token Negro utilized for?
to fuck you up.
And keep recruiting. I'm going to say this one more time for those who don't understand what Martin Luther King said. I lament, I'm paraphrasing, I lament I have integrated my people into a burning house, which means you must have left your house. Huh?
Yeah, that's what happened.
You know, bounce on that, sister. Remember following the bouncing ball?
I mean, I don't do that, but I mean, not one ball. But let me shut up. That's what happened to our people in the South. That's what happened. They dangled a carrot. First, they depressed. The same thing they do with gentrification. Gentrification is not new. That's what happened in the South. Once they realized they couldn't 100% push you out physically, they started showing you things that they thought you would think was better than what you had, when the best thing you could ever have was your land. Because you can go outside, you did not have to go to no store and buy shit. Everybody knew how to do everything that you needed. Auntie this knew how to do that. Uncle that knew how.
So the token Negro became the, you know how fishing and know what a lure is.
With the hat, top hat, running bitches.
Come on, sister, come on with it now. Is he in the pulpit or is he now downtown?
At the most,
elected to office.
We all know this. It's been blasted that a lot of these, and they will tell you on their pulpit, I used to be a pimp. I used to be this. You know, it's bullshit. It's all bullshit, and I don't understand why my people don't see the bullshit. Now, your children, me included, all have to go just to survive because we don't have our base no more. You could just sit there and think and go outside and be up under your tree and grab a fruit or a walnut or a freaking pecan, like a pecan tree in the back of my backyard. Like, that's why I think my grandma picked this house when she came out here. You can go outside and eat. You didn't need, but then they start dangling, making you think that what they had was better than what you already had. Because they making you think that their work was less work than what you was doing, when that was the biggest lie. That was the biggest lie. They made you think that their work was less work than the work that you had to do to maintain what you already had, when that shit was free. Now you paying for a box to live in. You got to get up. They keep raising the prices when you was free at home. But it's not just that, because they was terrorizing you at the same time, trying to get you up off your shit. It's very sad what happened to us. It's very fucking sad. And now we in this situation. And very few of us still have the land. And the ones that still got it is ready to sell it for some shit that ain't worth nothing. They got a thing right now telling people, first of all, they already is telling you that they want you to have nothing and be happy. But because of what's going on in the financial situation of our economy in America and around the world, they got you believing that you need to sell everything that you got. Like I got people in my own family talking about, they telling us we need to sell. Why would you sell what you have when you know that what you selling it for, you will not be able to get nothing like that ever again? And that is what they have been doing to us. Convincing you to sell and leave when where you can toil till your bones is showing, and you will never be able to get what you already have now. It's a mindfuck. It's a pimp game.
Now, Selena, because you're on a roll, you're on fire. I'm gonna put another wood on it so you can burn some more.
You are blowing me up. Oh my god! Like, I'm just talking about real shit. I'm not trying to be
and you should
profound or none of
be,
that.
and you should be, because Big Mama, as you said earlier in your conversation, what happened to grandmother's houses? Meaning
They
that space,
gone.
that presence. No, you got it now. Some, I don't know who did it. They actually put you in the center of the square.
Oh my
Remember back in
god!
the
What
day,
that mean?
yeah,
That
Hollywood
good?
squares. You in the center square
I'm a
now, sister.
target.
So now, since you're in the center of the square, you're in the center of the town square. Some brother in whoever that was made the comment in there about the copper-colored races owning the entire world, and people don't may understand the deception of my intention, my ridicule statement about the nigga penny, the nigga money. You make it the least denomination, which makes you think what?
Conceptually.
The least of yourself?
Yeah.
You're the least valued.
When you are the
But
most
you are the
versatile.
foundation. Literally, you start with one in counting, right?
Yeah.
So the first coin is the foundational coin, is
Of
the
everything.
brown copper coin, and who is building all this shit? Now I'm gonna hand it to you, sister.
Oh, you going low? I don't hear you. Where you go? Where you go, OG? OG.
Give him a second. He'll be back. Don't worry. That nigga ain't through yet.
Hey, he must have got a phone call.
Yeah, even though he think he ain't a nigga, that nigga ain't through yet. He'll be back.
Hey man, peace to the gods and goddesses, man.
Peace.
Man, peace to you, sweet one. You doing your thing.
You remember me?
Yeah. How could I? I mean, you the only one I felt proud about putting in the back. I'm playing with you. I'm teasing. I'm an asshole. Say it, sweet one.
No, I was just saying you remember me because you was the reason why I came in the first time, and I have been listening to y'all for since before 2010. Like,
oh man,
and I never because I came up and I've seen all the little Afrocentric things, the different guys like the twins, and all these people, the crazy guy with the ponytail sticking out the side of his head.
Hey, that's your boy. That's Doodoo Bray. Hey, man, but I just want to say happy New Year to everybody. If you didn't know,
Happy New Year. The beginning.
New Year.
Yeah. No, I just don't get it. I don't understand. This shit is stupid. That's all I can say. This shit is dumb. It's real dumb. Like, if you have any comment, I know my grandparents used to tell me common sense ain't common, but the older I get, it's not like, oh, they were right.
That's going to be the next title of my next show. Common sense ain't common anymore. Much love. I ain't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. No, I it's very disheartening and it's super sad. And
hey, hold up. Hey, that is a good conversation. I can't wait to be a part of that. But I'm gonna tell you something. Common sense is only not common because of training.
And indoctrination.
And that's what we're gonna talk about.
That's what I'm talking about. Indoctrination is a part of.
Much love, brother.
Oh, you gotta know, G man. Much love, man. Yeah, indoctrination is definitely a part of training. So, hey, is that Lex Vortex on the panel? What up, Lex, man? Happy New Year, Lex, man.
Same panel with Lex Vortex. Oh my God.
Off top.
Oh my God, I never thought this would happen.
God damn it. We got to have Lex, and not a coincidence then, man. You know what I'm saying? Every now and again.
My goodness. I would love, please, come on. Keep keying over here.
Sweet Wine have a good time with us.
Lex, say something, you guys. Lex, you here for him?
Yeah. What's gravy out here, my country bumpkins? What's going on?
I'm from Los Angeles, but Grand Rising.
Happy New Year, you hillbilly yourself.
Kubwa Kapanda.
I'll leave that to you, my brother.
I'm like, I don't know what that is, but okay.
That means how many scratches does it take to relieve an African ass?
Oh my God, infinite.
Hey, you guys. I was kind of didn't want to bring this topic up because it's very controversial. You know what I mean? But I think you guys are ready for it because you guys are kind of having the conversation. We got a sister on here, and then we also got Lex Vortex on here. I remember Lex. You remember you had the sister. I forgot the sister's name, Nichelle or something. But her logo was a woman being disciplined by her man.
How?
Now this.
What did it look like?
Well, it was a little cartoon. She was bent over his knee and he was spanking her. Right?
What? Was it
her platform was that her man was allowed to discipline her. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree. I mean, I don't know about that.
But this was her platform. Lex, do you remember that?
Yeah. That was the girl. That's the girl right there.
You love her.
She used to beat these black women up about that too. She was undefeated.
She had her reasonings. But this segment, hey Cut, if you don't mind, I had emailed you yesterday, couple jaunts. I want to start with the first clip first that I sent you on it. I think it's really interesting, you guys. I'm going to talk about it. But it goes back to just a lot of the conversations, a lot of the breaking up of the families. And now I know that that's something that we all should be able to agree on. It shouldn't be like a political agenda attached to the things that we know that have destroyed our families.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? The system that is continually keeping our families apart. So we're talking solutions.
Behind that system?
Who's behind it? The devil.
Yeah.
Beelzebub, man.
Who's that?
Well, if you want to get specific, Alderson, Soros, other names that you don't know.
Was
the
it
CIA.
Pan-Africans?
Pan-Africans absolutely are puppets.
No, I'm saying did Pan-Africans help destroy the family?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
With they Pan-African asses.
That's crazy.
Okay, well, you shouldn't have asked the question.
You
asked the question for. I wouldn't have never even answered that question. If you would answer that question, would you want me to say no? Them niggas are CIA operatives. You know it, I know it, they know it. Huh?
You ever heard of a book called The Black Man of the Nile and His Family?
What kind of family did he have?
But I do know this.
You never heard of that book?
No.
Earlier, nigga, they encouraged us to leave.
Hey, you ever heard of UNESCO?
That's
you ever heard of UNESCO?
No, tell me what kind of family he had though. Well, what was the makeup of his family? And was it great?
Did you ever hear of the book? It's called The Black Nile.
I said no.
Okay,
so I'm asking a question.
So it wasn't about one person's family. It was about a whole civilization. That's why it's called The Black Man of the Nile and His family.
Men or man?
They're Pan-African shit.
We're just talking about men in general, but the black man of the Nile and his family.
Nile Valley.
So we're talking about it in general. Nile Valley. Well, that's what we're talking about with SETI. SETI's doing a.
Oh, SETI's undefeated. SETI be beating, man. SETI be beating y'all up, man.
Hey, well, you do this. Do me a favor. I heard he had my name in his mouth, right? Tell him let's get that fade. Be the debate of the century.
Come on, man. You can't get with the.
I can't.
With the general. Well, you talking about the general?
Wait. Are you saying something?
Hold up. Hosted by myself and Lex Vortex.
What the hell is this? What is showing on the screen?
I'll go to Detroit and whoop him.
No, you don't know.
Yeah. Tell him take it.
If he's being hit.
You ain't on that level, Chief. You ain't on that
I'm the
level.
GOAT. Nigga, ain't nobody on my level. What you talking about?
Well, that's a good
What is you
thing.
talking about?
That's a good thing.
I want Umar, Seti, whoever the hell.
All right, let's get it popping. Let's get it popping.
I gotta clear my pipe.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good. I'm yelling like a motherfucker.
All right, so check it, y'all. I want to get y'all opinion on this right here, and we other side after we play these videos. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Men hitting women. I just watched the video. This
Pay
woman
attention.
was hitting this guy. I mean, hitting him seriously, knocking him over the head, and he.
Why she got the drawers hanging out, retarded ass girl? Goddamn. On the
Cause she want to be sagging. She want to look tough.
Taking the blows and walking away. I salute that man because he did not hit her back. Okay. All right. So, serious question. My mama told my brothers, if a woman is man enough to hit you, she man enough to get hit back. Okay. You got. I'm a little biased because if my son don't hit you, don't hit him. But if you're walking around and you hit him, what am I supposed to tell my son? His daddy tell him not to
Walk
hit
away.
me. But I'm just like, I don't want my son to be like that guy. What do y'all tell y'all kids?
Okay, so first and foremost, wow, she's fucking beautiful. Jesus Christ. But let's just say this. Y'all, I don't know why this isn't taught a lot. We teach guys so much. Don't hit women, respect women, don't do this, don't do that. But why aren't we telling women the same thing? Women can talk however they want to men. Women can get in guys' faces. Women can fucking jump at a guy, call him a bitch, all this stuff, and what are you going to do about it? And he has to stand there and take it. Women can hit a man, and if a man hits her back, it's still his fault. What? I'm sorry, but if you are in an argument with somebody and you have to hit them to get your point across because you don't like what they're saying, get some therapy, baby. Get some therapy. Because if you're not fighting professional, baby, put it away. You ain't Mike Tyson. Take it easy. I'm going to say something. If it's my son and he comes home to me with a black eye or something wrong with his face, and it's a girl he's dating, mama's hands ready to eat for everybody. You could be younger, whatever the issue is, I'm going to solve the issue by decking you in your fucking mouth, and then your mom can come over and I'll deck her in the mouth. Because no one's going to touch my sons. Same thing with my daughters. But I'm also going to implement my sons this or tell them this shit. If a girl keeps constantly hitting you or putting her hands on you, you need to leave. That is not the way. Because even if you aren't a guy who hits women, eventually you're going to hit her because you're tired of that shit and you don't want to get hit anymore. And it's reactive abuse. Reactive abuse. Trust me, I know. I've been there. Reactive abuse. You can be abused so much that you finally fucking snap. And the last thing I want is my son to get in a habit of hurting people or hitting women. So, ladies, the moral of the story, teach your fucking daughters to keep their hands to themselves. I don't care how mad they are. I don't care what the guy did. Keep your fucking hands to yourself, ladies, unless you're ready to get socked in your mouth or thrown against the fucking wall, because not every man is raised to not touch men. Some of these men don't even have moms to teach them that shit. Some of these men were raised by people off the street, and not to be disrespectful, but it's true. Please, ladies, stop putting your fucking hands on people. I just want to get that two-piece combo for KFC, bitch.
She funny.
All right, so let's before we play the second, let's respond. I want to get you guys' response to that first one. Sis, you got the floor.
I think that is hilarious, and I think that goes along with what's going on right now with this feminization of men. Because a man, a real man, is not gonna sit there and hit no woman. Period. He not gonna choke her. He not gonna slam her. A real man know how to walk the fuck away from some bullshit. If it's bullshit, he ain't got time for it. That's a real man in my mind.
Wait. But the sister was talking about the first sister was talking about she had seen a dude getting his ass whooped.
Leave. Why you standing there getting smacked up? Walk away.
Well, he did walk away. But I'm gonna give y'all another example. Jay-Z just made $2.5 billion according to them, right? He's worth $2.5 billion. If he would have whooped Solange's ass in that elevator,
he wouldn't have made shit.
Okay, let's talk about it. Now, here's the thing. Everybody look at that and be like, man, Jay-Z a punk for that. But a lot of people's like, man,
He's
that's some
not
real
a
man
punk.
shit.
That was actually very commendable, and I don't like Jay-Z.
I would have fired my security. Security?
He's extremely disrespectful. Oh, my God. Well, that's what a man...
That's why you need a female security right there, Jay-Z.
Yeah, that's what security is for. That's why, hey...
Put in a triangle hole, real.
A lot of men have women security because that bitch can get on that bitch. I mean, dang, I shouldn't be saying bitch get on bitch, but that female can get on that female. He don't have to. To me, it takes away from your manhood on everything. If you shouldn't have to do that.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Now at first you said the feminization of a man. At first you said the feminization of a man. Now you saying that it's taken away from your manhood.
No.
Putting your hands on the woman.
The thing that I'm saying is that is hitting a woman. You shouldn't have to do that. You should know.
Okay, we're gonna get a difference of opinions on that.
You ain't got to do that.
Okay, so you believe in it's 100% no fly zone in those circumstances. That a male,
no, you can get her off you.
So you come in, she cheating on you with a nigga or whatever, or rubbing another nigga feet.
What? What are you talking about? Wait, my brother just said something to me. I missed that. Oh my God. I missed everything you just said. Yes, I understand.
You come in, see your girl rubbing a nigga feet, you gonna lose it. Sorry.
What?
I'm sorry, y'all. You're gonna lose it.
I missed that. I missed all that. Oh my God. No. I don't even know what happened. Bro, no.
There's a joke. Oh my God.
And I missed it. I'm sorry. But no, there's no reason why.
Hey, I'm gonna leave some of y'all brain before we go over the BAPS, right? So check it. The thing is that sisters have been empowered, right? The sister was talking about sisters getting in brothers' faces. All this other stuff, even laying hands on brothers. That's not right. The best advice she could have told him was, do not put your hands. Matter of fact, I need to watch who you talking to. Crazy. Just keeping it real.
Yeah,
I even like if it gets there, even in the conversation, brothers, just walk away because we're some of us are trained different. Like she says, some people are trained different. Some people have mothers that say whoop their ass. Some people have seen that, and that's what they experience. Some people, she said, reactionary abuse, which is I've never heard that before until I heard her say that. Reactionary abuse, right? Now, here, and that's the difference between being a strong black woman, because that's what we were talking about earlier. Being a strong black woman. Being a strong black woman don't mean you got to be punching on your man or fighting your man or whatever. Like, we're supposed to be fighting together, not competing with your man and all this other stuff. But the system, the socialization of the system has our women competing against us. Not building and fighting with us. Building legacies with us. That's the problem. Even when they get into a relationship, you know what I'm saying? It's a competition within a relationship.
It should not be.
And it should not be. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get this rolling, man. I got to make a quick run real quick.
Let's get it.
Here we go. Shout out Shy Apples. I see you guys.
Thank y'all. I gotta go cook now.
Chronicles, MadameNoir.com. And today's Madam on the Street question is it ever okay for a man to hit a woman? Not at all. No, not at all.
It's never okay for a man to hit a woman.
No, not at all.
Never.
No, not at all. Hell no. Hit a woman?
I think they're in Africa somewhere.
No, I don't think so. But sometimes women do provoke a man to hit her.
No, nobody should be hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it goes down. it goes down.
Absolutely no. No, not at all. I don't accept that.
Oh, absolutely not at all. For no reason.
I don't think it's right to hit a woman at all.
I believe it's not right for a man to hit a woman at all, but I believe it's right for a man to smack a bitch. That's how I feel about that.
Why do you say that?
Because a woman is a respectful female, someone that's that act right, that know her place, that can do what she could do. But a bitch is like a female that just wants to tear things up, that just wants to do the wrong thing and bring other people down.
No, men who hit women are cowards. They should be, dealt with as such. Men who abuse women, are overly aggressive to women, sexually abuse women, rape women, should be dealt with the harshest penalties. That's not okay in any kind of culture
That's
or
a fact.
any kind of way.
What if she's hitting
But he
him?
went extreme.
Nobody should be hitting anybody. Everybody should just keep the hands to yourself. But no, even in that situation, no.
What if she's hitting him?
Still, never, ever.
Maybe she has a reason. I don't know. I still don't think he should.
If a woman is hitting a man, do you think he's, is it his right to hit her back?
To an extent, maybe shake her. Not hit her back. He can restrain her, but not hit on her. That's not cool at all.
What if she's hitting him?
It's not okay for women to hit men either. It's not. I mean, it's just not okay to take things there. That's not proper emotional management. And if you're in a relationship, that's not the way you handle things.
She's hitting him.
So you leave. You either restrain her or you leave. Get up and walk away.
She's hitting you.
No, not even.
What if she's hitting him?
Well, it depends. I mean, like, the situation. But absolutely, it's not good, to hit back if anything.
All right, what if she's hitting him?
So
What did he do to get hit? I don't think. No, I don't approve with that. No. I mean, I should never
damn hit.
because he wouldn't hit his mother. So no. Mm-mm.
What do you think?
I think no, he shouldn't hit the woman. But the second question, yes, sometimes they deserve to be hit.
Terrible.
Reevaluate your friend, right?
If a woman was to hit me, I wouldn't like that. But I know how to isolate myself from the situation. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I also know that 9 times out of 10, like, if it's not really killing me.
Oh, girl with that raggy mouth looked like she was stolen on already.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna take it from the back. What dude said, right? The last dude said, "Well, 9 times out of 10, it's not hurting you. It ain't really about hurting you. It's about the disrespect. Because you could punch somebody hard and you playing. Y'all know how it is. You punch somebody, you can put a frog in their leg, right, on their arm. And you be like, in their chest, whatever you playing. You might hit somebody in the face if you playing. Oh, it's an accident. It's no big deal. But somebody could just hit you in a negative. It's a negative connotation to that, and then that goes like that. What I'm saying is, far as what they're talking about, far as putting hands on each other, I want to talk about that. I want to hear you guys, how you guys feel about that, because I feel like everybody keep their goddamn hands to themselves. Period. But we got to raise a level of respect. And I heard the one sister say, well, he wouldn't hit his mother. That was the best argument to me. You're not gonna hit your mother, all right? So we should have that same respect. Somebody else's mother, and daughters, and sisters, and so on and so forth. So what say you guys? Lex, you got it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That nigga in the background. Go ahead.
You say you don't know about that?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta think about it.
Okay, we're gonna go to Smoke.
I ain't in favor of hitting no women, man. You can talk yourself out of that though. In some instances, I would say most instances, you could.
You say in some instances you could.
Men exercise more control over their emotions than women exercise control over their emotions. So yeah, I'm in favor. I'm in favor of not hitting the women, man.
So in a situation, what advice would you give?
Push come to shove, you can always steal something out their purse, to make up for it. Something like that. You gotta be careful. Go ahead,
My nigga smoke.
Hold on. I definitely got to hear from you, big dog. So here's the thing, Smoke. What we're talking about in the circumstances. What advice would you give a youngster, right? It's in a relationship. You know how that is. And arguments happen, disagreements happen, or whatever. And sister not only gets in your face and being very disrespectful, spit on you and slap the shit out you. What advice would you give that young man? Who might can't even leave, because leaving sometimes you guys might even make the shit worse because they might be thinking that you're leaving to go somewhere else. So what advice would you give a youngster, my brother, either way in that situation? Smoke.
Oh, that's on some get out shit right there. You gotta get out there when it comes to spitting and all that. Nah, bro. We ain't doing that. You wouldn't even spit on your goddamn cat or your dog, bro. Hell no. You just time to roll in, nigga. That's some hit the road jack type shit right there. Nigga, we out of there.
Terrible.
And leave the window open so you can come back for the electronic devices. You know what I'm saying?
Terrible. Big Dog. Want to hear from an elder. What say you in this situation, brother? As far as a woman putting her hands on the man putting her hands on the woman, the breakdown of the family, that's what we were talking about first, and this kind of transition.
I'm not for hitting a woman. I'm not for that. Mic check. Y'all here?
Oh yeah, no, you got the floor. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not in hitting a woman, because basically, we should be bigger than that. My mother taught me to walk away. Because 9 out of 10 times if you hit her back and you hit her too hard, them people gonna get involved. And that's why I say just get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? Because we don't want them people involved. Now you got a fucking case. You want it by the state. So the bigger thing for me is just to walk the fuck away. If I gotta hit a woman, if she hit me, I'm walking away because if I hit her and hurt her, now them people getting involved. And I don't want them people involved. I gotta be the bigger man. I've practiced Islam for like 20 plus years. That was one of the reasons that I got away from Islam, because in Islam you can smack the shit out of them and it ain't no big thing. But I didn't practice it when I was, a Muslim, and I'm not for hitting a woman. And mainly because the state gonna take over charges if you hit them too bad. And we don't want to get the state involved because that way you're giving them legal slavery.
Hold on, real fast, since we're in having Abrahamic Religious Day, Easter, and all that Ishtar and all that shit. Did you say? Because I practiced Islam too in the 90s. I didn't ever get that message that you can slap shit out of your woman or wives, and with that case. So, do you believe? Because we were talking about the patriarchic mindset, which is the Abrahamic mindset that has been implemented, which creates imbalance. You understand what I'm saying? And I know people that have a feminist mindset too, like to overcompensate for that imbalance. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, I dropped the link real quick too.
All right.
But like I said, if you hit them and you hit them too hard, them boys gonna get involved. I don't rock with them boys at all. I don't talk.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You see what I'm saying?
I got a sister, right?
Get them involved.
I got sisters and I got cousins and stuff, right? If one of you niggas put your hands on my sister, I'm gonna cut your hands off. So if you know that in the back of your head, you don't give a fuck domestic violence. Fuck these people. If you know that this sister has 4 or 5, 5 or 6, 7 brothers and cousins that will fuck you up over her, you will think twice.
You ain't gonna
You'll think twice.
Exactly.
You'll be like, man, if I beat her up, nigga, I'm about to get beat up or worse. Because some of us is not going to accept that.
Yes, sir.
We're not going to accept that. I promise. We're not going to accept you putting your hands on our people. So that has to be understood between men. Like, hey, you want to date my daughter? You want to date my cousin? You want to date my niece? Well, okay, let's go for a ride, young man.
I agree with that 110%, my brother.
Let's go for a ride. Let's get some beer or something. Take it for a ride, long ride, and have a long, good conversation. Bro, you call me. Because I'm going to check her. If she putting her motherfucking hands on you, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Nah, I can't work like that. You feel me? Because if you put your motherfucking hands on her, nigga, bro, you might not make it.
We shouldn't allow no one to touch our mothers. No other man to touch our mothers.
What?
You see what I'm saying? Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, I ain't gonna
I'm
let
with
my
you,
daddy
brother.
touch my mama. So you think I'm fuck?
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
Like, that
That's
don't
what
even
I'm
make
saying,
sense to
brother.
me. Like, I just a no fly zone, nigga. I don't. It's cool, Dad, but hey, nah. That's why I
Yeah, I'm gonna
lived
have to
here
whoop your
first.
ass.
I lived in there first, sir. This is, and if you're a man, you teach your children, your sons, to protect while you're not there, and protect in
Exactly.
spite
Yes,
of. You
sir.
know what I'm saying? So, my people wouldn't move like that anyway. But you understand the point I'm trying to say. We're here to protect women and children, and so us getting respect doesn't have to be toxic. Is my whole point. There's a whole
I
conversation.
got you, Chief. Like I took a pledge to serve this country back in the day now, and I take that same pledge just to protect my family and not the country. My family structure. You got it, brother.
I would definitely like to hear from the sisters on this topic right now. We got Amani Bay tapped in. Peace, Noble.
Peace there, Chief Holiday. Peace to the brothers on the panel. It's been a long
Peace,
time.
brother.
Hey, you kind
Yeah.
of low, my brother.
Okay, hold on. Let me switch. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So, greetings to everyone on the panel. Greetings to Holiday there. Yeah, so very interesting topic. I just want to jump in for a few minutes. It's 3:10 a.m. my time. And I want to share an experience I had personally. See, a lot of women, if they were in previously abusive relationships, they tend to take on that personality and they become abusive. So you always have to be careful of who you engage with. And way back in like 92, I met this girl, and we were dating for a while, but she was very abusive. I'm very mild mannered, but see, sometimes when you're not like that, they will bring that monster out of you. Okay, so she was very, very jealous, and kept asking me these questions about previous girlfriends, and every day just hounding me. And it got to a point where I literally had to pick her up and shake the hell out of her. And I'm not like that, but of course I had to break it off, because it will get to a point where things can get ugly, right? And like Big Philly said, I don't want to be behind bars, but sometimes they can bring that monster out of you. So you have to be careful, especially females who were in previous relationships where their former boyfriends physically abused them. They tend to take on the same personality. Now, we remember the case, I think it was a couple years ago in Miami, the African guy who was dating that pale skinned girl who was a, what do you call, OnlyFans girl. Remember that case when she stabbed him and killed him? Remember that? See, so a case like that,
yeah,
that girl was physically abusing him, verbally abusing him, would hit him in public. Now that behavior, you would have to at that point do something physically to a girl like that. I'm sorry. There's no way in hell some pale skinned girl is gonna abuse me like that. Just not gonna happen. Maybe the African dude, he took it, but where I'm from, that won't be tolerated. She would be put in her place immediately. So it depends on who the woman is as well. You see, so that woman back in '92, that was his sister. So I shook her up, but I had to break it off. But now there's no way in hell where I come from, no pale skinned woman is gonna physically abuse any brother where I come from. Not happening. But he tolerated, he took it. African dude took it, and it ended up being the the end of him because she stabbed him with a knife. So, yeah, sometimes, it can't be helped. You see, because you have to be careful. You can't go to sleep with women like that. They will literally kill you in your sleep. So sometimes you cannot be in under the same roof with that kind of mentally ill person, because it can, you don't know what matter of fact, not only you risk sleeping being murdered, you risk eating or drinking anything that person gives you. So yeah, just be careful out there, and your inner senses will always protect you. I can never be with a woman like that, so I move away. Your spider sense will kind of tell you, and lead you to that right person. But yeah, I just wanted to share that.
And me and my wife both carry 24/7, so it ain't no fighting anyway. Shit.
Exactly. Right. Yep. You have to there. You have to. Yeah. But remember, I would like to know your opinion on that. Anyone, brother on the panel, the case with the African guy was getting physically abused by that pale skinned girl, and she ended up killing him. Would you take an abuse by that type of person? What would you do about it?
I would leave, sir. I would get the hell out of there. It ain't worth it.
Get ghost.
What if she's hitting you in public, screaming out, calling you the N-word, and all that kind of crap? What would that mean?
After the first time, you went back for more. You crazy anyway.
Facts.
Exactly.
However, that's why you gotta have some older, some cousins, female cousins, or if your sister, you ain't got a sister or whatever. Say if you got some cousins, right, or some homegirls, go get your homegirl. I've seen this with my own two eyes. Got the homegirl to whoop this girl who was out of pocket. Whooped her. Hey, told the sister, like, think about what your sister, what you do for your sister. And then, like, hey, sis, so and so, come over here. So and so just said this, that, and the third, did this to me. Da da da. Come handle it, right? Because what's the call for her? I can't handle this nigga. He don't want to get out of my house. Here we go. You see what I'm saying? Shit like that,
man,
right?
I got cousins I can call right now. They gonna say, "What's he got? How much you gonna pay me? I come over and whoop this motherfucker right now."
Pay him? Nah. See, that's what I'm saying. We gotta have a different.
This is my family. That's how they rock. They want a fee. They gonna charge you.
Terrible. Yeah, nah. A little different. You know what I mean? But like I said, if you're a tight-knit family, these things, you know what I mean? Like, people know, like, it's like, well, dang, if I do something to this girl right here, even though she's little, got a mouth on her, this and the third, yeah, she got too many brothers and cousins, and they got friends and family and people that's gonna care about what happened to her. So, yeah. And then you said something that was interesting, Big Dog, that you and your wife both carry. If you have a woman that you don't trust with a gun, you have a woman that you don't trust with a gun, please get away from her.
Exactly.
And sis, if you have a man who fuck with guns,
go ahead.
You have a man who fuck with guns, who don't want to train you and show you how to protect yourself when y'all not around each other. Even when y'all around each other, 2 guns is better than 1 gun. Period. I'm just saying. And a lot of times if they're focused on you, they're not focused on your woman who can get the drop on them. So, but getting back to that. So, sis, if he's not trying to train you and trying to take you to the range and teach you gun safety and protect yourself when you go into the grocery store or wherever, then he might not trust you either.
Hey, Chief.
Yes, sir. Real shit, dog. We got to talk about it. Tayshawn, what up, though?
You see what it is, Chief?
Oh, yeah.
You just said it, the range.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, War 861. That's a great point you bring up, brother. Because yes, if a female is coming at you with a knife, then yes, you're going to have to, bring back the same level of impact. Disarm her. I would pick her up, body slam her. So then when she hits that floor, her breath is out. And then I would put my knee on her neck and subdue her there. And then after that, maybe a couple slaps in the face. But at that point, she has to feel the power of the grizzly bear on her at that point. So you got to match fire with fire sometimes. If she's coming at you with a knife, yes, and you're going to have to put her down and subdue her. So she can feel the force of nature that she's never felt in her life, right? And so she'll know, oh, if I do this again, oh my God, this is going to happen. So you have to put out a deterrence to check that any kind of subsequent kind of craziness coming from her or any individual like that.
Tayshawn, what's up, bro? How you feeling?
Peace to the gods. What's good, Cuddy? Supreme Chief Holiday. I think that's
Free
75
Grand Rising, brother.
And Big Dog Philly. How y'all doing?
Much love and respect to you and the family, brother. Doing good. Grand Rising.
Man, it's a good topic. The accountability sounds kind of one-sided though, but I'm gonna let y'all finish because I do got something to say about it.
No. You got it right now, brother.
I think both sides should be held accountable equally. I've never did that, I never like punched a woman in the face or nothing. But I know, I do got sisters, right? And my sisters don't play about me. So if a chick hit me, right, and I go tell my sisters, and my sister pull up and beat the fuck out that chick, guess what? That chick's brother's gonna feel some type of way. So it's gonna be an ongoing war, right? It's gonna be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I feel like the standard needs to be held for both. Hey, lady, keep your hands to your motherfucking self. Period. Hey, guy, keep your hands to your motherfucking self. It shouldn't be no, even if she hit you, you shouldn't hit her back. Even if he hit you, you shouldn't. No, both of y'all should keep your hands to yourselves because just like that lady got loved ones that love her, that man got loved ones that love him too. Just as quick as a nigga pull up for his sister, it's a chick that'll pull up just as quick for her brother with her homegirls, her ratchet ass homegirls, who's licensed to carry too, with they knives and pepper spray. Like it's a two-way street. So both parties need to keep their hands to the tail because it can get ugly regardless. That's my take on
it. I agree with the brother 100%. Everybody should be accountable for their actions.
Fact.
Yeah, I'm top.
Because two of my sisters, man, they ain't got it all, bro. I think I'm retarded. Nah, them motherfuckers retarded, bro. And they ain't trying to hear none of that. Like, they not. Real shit.
Yeah.
And let me say this real quick, Chief. I'm gonna be real quick. We gotta protect ourselves, the goddesses, when y'all ain't with nobody. So I'm for, protecting yourself, firearm safety. You know what I mean? Our women need to have something in their purse in case a motherfucker try to kill them. You know what I mean? Or try to hurt them. So I'm for that. Just to say that. Our sisters need to have something cold, some of that cold steel to protect them. Y'all got it. Much respect. That's all I wanted to say.
Because if a man is considered not a real man for hitting a woman, does that make a woman not a real woman for hitting a man?
Because I know my wife is safe when she ain't around me. I know she is.
Well, here's the thing, right, Tayshawn? You just asked a real dope question, right? Because I remember watching one of those Tyler Perry movies, right? I can't remember the name of it. But I remember when the dude got out the bathtub, y'all remember? And she had put baby oil on the floor and was whooping him. And they thought that was a joke. I thought that was funny. And I thought to myself, I said, damn, not only is that emasculating that grown-ass man, who's wrong in whatever he was doing to the sister, but if that would have been the opposite. That would have been worse than Mr. Him. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. So what say y'all? The double standard that's perpetuated in the disrespect to the male image, the assassination of, they call it the black male, but we're talking about the Aboriginal male character. Let's talk about it.
You see, nobody said the man should defend himself yet.
I'm saying it off top. Don't put your goddamn hands on me. I'm gonna defend myself. So don't put your fucking hands on me. I'm not gonna put my fucking hands on you. If we have a conversation or whatever, keep your goddamn hands off me. And I don't give a fuck
That's
about
what I'm
your
saying.
brothers,
It's a
cousins,
two-way
nobody.
street.
Nobody. Keep your goddamn hands off me. 'Cause I like me. You know what I mean? So keep your hands off me. I'm gonna keep my hands off you, and everybody happy. Does that work?
That's how I rock.
Girl, keep your goddamn hands off me, girl. Because I then I have the right to what, you know, feel me? So don't put your hands on me, because you never know, because you probably can't hurt me, and body can fuck you up. So that's the point right there. You see what I'm saying? Because people could be mad at each other, and then 5 minutes later you're not mad, and y'all done did all this fighting and all this other stuff. I've been in the grocery store. I seen 2 youngsters going there throwing each other around. I said, hey. Like I'm like to be like their daddy. Like, hey, bro, stop that. I had to tell her so she kept going. Y'all want to go to jail? I almost want to go over there and grab them. Like, you know, get your little ass over here. You know what I'm saying? I had to tell them. Like, I had to yell at them. Like, hey, stop that.
Keep your hands to yourself, or it may cost you your life.
Oh God, how many domestic calls have turned into a brother or sister losing their life because the police come there?
Hey, it was a sister in I think Memphis, Tennessee recently. I think last week she killed her husband on live. She shot him.
Wow, yeah, I was about to say that, brother. Yep, he was trying to leave the house and she shot him. I heard about that. Yep.
So he was trying to leave and do the right thing. That's what I'm saying. Like both parties got to be accountability on both sides, bro. Like
on YouTube Live, that was wild.
Well, they have a whole channel called Snapped that shows these people how to kill men. Like bro, think about it. Think of the opposite of that. Like these women are snapping and killing the men. And this is like, so brothers, if y'all got a woman that like watching Snap, you might want to sleep with one eye open.
Or
hey,
be a
real, get ready to go over here to bat,
be
man.
A real light sleeper. Go ahead,
Chief. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I want to thank everybody, man. We'll be coming back a little later, man. We're gonna get over here to BAPS, man. I didn't see his post earlier. We would have sent this after that. So, man, shout out to everybody, man. See you guys over at Aboriginal Powers channel. Hey, right, Sweet Wine. Yeah, your join is not connected. What'd you say, brother?
Thanks a lot for giving me the opportunity to share.
No problem, man. We appreciate you sharing that. And somebody got something out of that, brother.
Let me up, brother. Much respect. Much love.
Thank you, guys.
To all y'all brothers and sisters.
Appreciate the wisdom, brothers.
Yes, sir. I see you in BAPS, Chief.
All right, brother. See you guys over in a minute. Get a song in. We can get up out of here, man. All right, know, man. Got felonies coming soon, you guys. So y'all better look out for that. No, that's not it. Get out of here. See you guys over there at BAPS. Hold on 1 second.
Freestyle. What the fuck you need? Yo, I inhale a weed. Yeah, and what they telling me? What they telling me? What they what that fella need? What that heifer need? Can't get caught with these. What are those felonies? Trying to keep the hood straight with they felonies. When I made it back safe, I just fell on knees. Thank the Lord for the hustle that just fell on me. In these streets, I'm trying my hardest not to felony. Keep a popper and some paper for my bell on me. If I have to pop, I pray my blick don't fell on me. Ain't They gon' tell me when they coming, they gon' bail on me. Every time them hoes get caught, they gon' tell on me. There's a lot of people out here wishing hell on me. Niggas ratting law enforcement got they trail on me. Cause they know that I got something that's for sale on me. Nothing heavy, private stock, and some mellow weed. Yeah, mellow weed. Car, mellow weed. Make you say ooh la la when you in hella weed. You can tell I keep that Zod cause the smell on me. Probably why these pretty bitches wanna smell on me. I don't sweat up seeds, I just let her be. I might call her something that start with the letter B. I just let her see, you'll never be. Just be all that you can be, never me. I can sell a key, I can sell a pea. Make her think it's lemonade, I can sell a pea. Got a big old ass shaking like it's Jello sleeve. Every time they see me with her, I smell jealousy. Built like Meg Thee Stallion, but she got some better knees. Got her gossiping and looking for some better tea. Find you something else to talk about instead of me. I'm just trying to find a plug with some better fees. I'm just trying to hit a plug with some cheddar cheese. Catch me whipping up another, I got recipes. I be whipping up that butter like a yellow tea. Catch me cooking like my mother in a yellow tea. I got stripes like a zebra in a referee. I gave everybody a slice and save the rest for me. I got 40 dead homies, may they rest in peace. I'm still praying for their families, may they rest in peace. I can't give you everything, this is just a piece. There's a big storm brewing, this is just a peek. 10,000 new followers, it's been just a week. She been fucking everything, she's just a freak. I ain't had to say a thing, open sesame. Something strange for some change, get that neck to me. I ain't had to pay a thing, got the neck for free. Pussy fat, fuzzy man, like a nectarine. When she giving up that neck, I'ma name her nectarine. In my phone, under neck, get that nectarine. I proposed to the neck, made that neck a queen. I got married to the neck, gave that neck a ring. If that neck disrespect, get that neck a ring. Where you at? Bring that check and that neck to me. Where's destiny? That's my destiny. If I had an eye on my knee, bet my legacy. Legacy, get it, legacy. If I had an eye on my knee, bet my legacy. Legacy, yep, legacy. Ask them what my real name, they say Lester C. Yep, Lester C. Yep, Lester C. Yep. I done seen more than most, now it's Lester C.
Hey man, thank you guys for tapping in, man. We'll see you guys later. We out.